You gargoyle. You fucking loose, Cannon. Him a Cannon. And fear him down there.
We run things no run me. What you want? A air strike? Nobody is going to come by flight today. You understand me? Come on.
Hail, 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 motherfucking hail. I'm Al Gargoyle. This is the Gargoyle stream. It's after hours. Who knows? May have guests, may not. May run solo. But show must go on, right? Right. I don't know why my mic was dangling, but here. I think I fixed it. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Get my pen set up correctly. Dude, for what? Defend yourself? Ah, got his hover hands. I've been fucked. So, are you miss my people can hear you. When you start making money. Yeah. Otherwise, you put me in prison. I might as well get used to being in the woods and get a fucking woodpecker tattoo. I will never judge a liberal. I'm just kidding. Oh, let's see. About 22 minutes in. So this is my cop character. The undercover, where she's dressed as a country girl in the booty shorts, and this is her uniform. You all suck. He's an idiot. I'm an idiot. Wow. me to be an adult. Jet's an idiot. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Here. There's a link if you want in. Ah, fuck. Okay. I wasn't saying fuck to you. I was saying fuck to gets glitchy with all the screens sometimes. There we go. What up, man?
Not much, buddy. How are you?
Doing fine. It's another day. It's Christmas in the pandemic.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it, brother. I swear.
Fucking all mainstream media is trying to literally gaslight us.
Oh,
And-
do they ever not? Do they ever take a fucking day off? Nope.
Nope. But this is the most pathetic attempt at gaslighting ever. You know, literally, there's evidence everywhere. Collusion. They're like, no evidence at all. No evidence at all.
Collusion on what? The pandemic or the election? I mean, dude, yeah, there's collusion on everything. It's insane. It's so fucking blatant. You have to be a moron to not fucking notice it. And there's a lot of morons out there. It's the masses are asses. I love people individually, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting more jaded in my old age, but fuck, yeah. And I try to escape it, like I really do. I'm out, man. I'm a political fucking atheist. You know what I mean? I believe in the Constitution, but nobody else seems to fucking be anymore. It's not being enforced. Hasn't been really for a long time. And so I just try and like escape to my fucking entertainment, some comedy, but now comedy's all fucking political, Orange Man bad shit, Ha ha ha. That's so funny. I haven't heard every fucking Orange Man bad joke that there is every day,
Validation at this point, if you say it to somebody, if you get yay, it's like, oh, I'm validated.
It's scary, man. It's just it's a cult. It's like they're like it's the thing. It's like I'm not a fucking Republican, and it's immediately if you don't hate Trump, you're a fucking you're a MAGA right wing
Republican.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, I can give you a fucking bunch of shit that the dude does that I don't fucking like, but I can give you a bunch of shit that I fucking hate and like about any president. Like fucking more hate than like on most of them. But I think presidents mostly usually just a puppet. They're all fucking owned and lobbied. I mean, at least Trump is the first one that was fucking owned by Boeing.
Yeah. And Trump did not bring us into any new wars. If anything, he brought us out of fucking wars, which we wanted.
I know, man. That's the problem. They make it like, oh, he's cleaning out the swamp and he's fighting Democrats. No, he's fighting the fucking rhinos. He's fighting the Republicans too. He's not a Republican. He had to run on one ticket or the other, and I think he's our first independent president since George Washington, man.
Yeah. I mean, even the Republicans who got caught with child molestation, they've gotten charged. They're like, nope, you're done.
Yeah, the one thing that always drove me nutty though was Trump's picks, man. It's like he picks a new FBI director, and then they're still like arresting all his friends on bullshit stuff. It's like what? Yeah, I mean, it's insane. And like Barr, like what? He just fired Barr today. I heard. Is that true?
I guess. And maybe he resigned, but maybe it was a forced resignation.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, he's not doing his fucking job, man. I mean, he's the fucking head of DOJ. It's like the top cop, I mean, shit, dude. It's just a clown show, and which is so funny. Do you know on YouTube now, if you type in "clown world," it's deleted within 30 seconds.
Well, you also notice that a lot of comic skaters are instantly tagged to Illuminati on their videos. Even if you say Illuminati, you're tagged with Illuminati Wikipedia shit.
No, I didn't notice that, man. Dude, I'm ghosted on YouTube, brother. I used to, I do my thing, and fucking, I'm not bragging, it's not, a lot of times nobody says nothing, but like, it was pretty crazy. I was on I just started fucking around with YouTube like about 2 years ago. I mean, I haven't been on here that long. And I would all the time get like 700, likes, 1,000 likes, and, like 20 replies or comments. Dude, nothing. I get nothing anymore. Which is kind of a badge of honor. Like me, like out of all the millions of people fucking saying shit that they don't like on Twitter, that goes against their fucking narrative. Like I was that affected where they have some fucking algorithm. It's so obvious. I was even told by somebody like, dude, you're being ghosted. And I'm like, how do you know that? And they didn't tell me. I almost think it was an employee who actually like thought I was funny and was just trying to give me a wink. Like, yeah, you are. And I know that they've been caught doing it. Like they'll just have you see yourself in the comment section, but like they can block it so people don't see your stuff. And like, dude, like now I get no replies and I went from getting like 700, 500, like constantly. Like I'm just talking like, dude, a lot, like, 2 or 3 times a week. There's one on Alex Jones. I got like, it was my biggest one. It was on the show called Valleytainment. And I just said, Alex Jones, that crazy conspiracy guy who told us that they were coming to take away our free speech, whose speech is now banned. And like just people, that one took off. I didn't think it was that genius of a thing, but dude, yeah, like now when I go to I might get one reply on something from a year ago. So yeah, I'm ghosted, and not that I give a fuck, but on Twitter, that's why I'm on Twitter a lot more now. I still go on YouTube to watch videos, but on Twitter, I'm not at least censored, and I'm not like trying to. But I'm
get you soon.
What's that?
They'll get you soon. They got me. They suspended me.
Dude, I heard that, man. Are you back on there now?
No, I tried.
How long are you suspended for?
I think indefinitely. They just took me off because I responded to one guy who was against executions or against capital punishment, and he was virtue signaling over this guy who raped, bludgeoned to death this girl with a shovel, burned her alive, and then buried her alive.
Sounds like quite a peach.
Yeah, and I replied to him, I'm like, good. I hope he gets raped repeatedly, beaten with a shovel, burned alive, and buried alive. Fuck him.
Yeah,
And then,
it's called fucking having a moral conscience. You know, I hate that shit. You know, so like, you know, you're just as bad as no man. Like fucking, we put down rabid dogs. You know what I mean? And they're more innocent than these fuckers because they don't really know what they're doing. But you don't just let a rabid dog go around fucking, you know, eating people, do you?
right. And you know, Fresher Luke?
Who?
Fresher Luke, the creator of Forsaken Gods.
No,
He's
not.
the Australian. He's the Australian dude.
I mean, like I've heard him, but I'm not like very familiar. But what about him?
Oh, dude, people. If people get on him, there are these kids that were fucking bullying him and harassing him, and then when he responds and tries to defend himself,
Yeah.
they accuse him of the PEDO. So I
Right.
decided to do some reconnaissance work on one of the people accusing Fresher as a pedo, and I
Yeah.
shit you not, there's a picture of him wearing a ski mask
Oh,
with 2 foot big dildos with the shirt off.
jeez, sick.
And he's like, I'm 15 years old, pansexual. And I'm like, and I put that picture up with his accusations. I'm like, you're pretty disturbing for accusing this gentleman as a pedo.
You know that fucking term pansexual. It's hilarious to me. Do you know why it's called pansexual?
No.
It's because there was a Roman like goat god Pan. He was like the Pan of horny, and he like fuck everything. He was like a minotaur, like a flute. He's like you know, he's like fucking like the hair. He's like the things you'd see in the Lion Witch in the Wardrobe Disney movie. That fucking guy, you know, and he had like horns, and like he would have sex with, you know, male, female, and it was like bestiality too, because he was like half dude, half fucking, you know, whatever animal. And so it was called the god Pan. He was like he wasn't like the god of fertility. He was like the god of lust. I don't remember if it was. I think he was Greek, but that's why they use the term pansexual. Yeah, I know a lot of dumb shit like that because I'm big into history. So, but yeah, it's just no. You're just a fucking. You got a screw loose. Is what your problem is, man. You got fucking some sexual wiring went wrong, and you know you need fucking help. And if you harm somebody else, the help's going to be a bullet. Because fuck that, man. I can't believe like now defending fucking children is passe. Like, come on, man. Like, can we at least all agree that like kids shouldn't be fucking raped? I mean, Jesus.
Right.
Apparently not. Not even that. Only in 2020 with society and the planet at the point where, you know, our politicians and, you know, Hollywood elites are fucking being caught being horrific pedophiles, and it's just. Oh, that's awful. Like, not outrage, but hey, man, you know, you mispronounce somebody, you have 500 people at your door, you're ready to let, you know, burn you down. But fucking raping kids, no, well, you know, we're not gonna stand up for that, you know, and burn shit down for that. It's crazy, dude. It's meant to be, dude. All this is meant to make you nuts. So, because what they're doing is they're just printing that money, man, and they're just, you know, sucking up more of the world. All that for them. We're all fighting amongst ourselves, and now they got computers to help them do their insanity, you know. So it's just escalation. I guess it's kind of just, it's always been that way in history, you know. Technology always changes things, you know. Look at what happened. Like, look at how much battle has changed just once the fucking revolver, you know, was invented, right? The first gun, whatever I should say. Now we got AI, you know, so you're talking, yeah, man. Technology brings a lot of great things and a lot of fucking scary, awful things too, man. You know, it's always a double
control drones that can shoot missiles from the fucking sky. I mean, yeah, AI is fucking ridiculous right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy, man. These I just call them ghouls. I was talking to my buddy here today. And I was just like, that is like the best name I could call these people, because that's just like what they're just ghouls. It's not even like, you know, there's not even a word for how vile they are. You know, that's the best I come with. It was funny. He goes, I think even ghouls would run from them. You're probably right, man. Like these Bill Gates types. It's like, It's not enough that they have all the money in the world. You know, they own islands and offshore accounts where they don't pay taxes. That's not enough. No, hey, you know what? We're gonna depopulate the planet by not 5, 10, no 90 something percent. Of course, they're gonna be here to stay. They're not gonna take one for the team. It's dude, yeah. We got a bunch of Bond villains around the planet. That's pretty much my reality as I see it. We got a bunch of Bond villains around the planet, and we got a bunch of apathy
People are
filled
worse than Bond villains because Bond villains don't want to fuck kids.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Well, that would be a dark James Bond movie for sure. But yeah, sure, that's a good point.
I mean, I could give a Bond villain that. At least they want to kill people. At least they want to get rich. At least they want some kind of political power. But in all that, they don't want to fuck kids. None of them go, I want to make child porn, and I want to fuck. I want to have brides of 9-year-old children.
Yeah, you know, I remember a very fond story. I guess I'll share it. I have I have 4 sisters. They're beautiful, sisters. One was a model actually, when she was in college. She's great. I love them to death. And basically, they got hit on a lot because I had pretty sisters. As creeps, would do shit, or they would try to do shit. I have 2 older brothers with 10 and 9 years on me, and I'm not exaggerating in any kind of way. Where they were not. They knew how to take care of themselves, and it just. They were always coming home with blood on their shirts, on the block, and fucking none of it was theirs, like every week. And it did, but the good guys. It was just bullies would fuck with them, and my dad kind of raised us real rough like that, my man. So, but the point I'm going to the story is, we had a creepy neighbor, Earl Peterson, and he did something where he tried to. My sister Winnie was really little. I'm the baby of the family until I had a half sister. But anyways, I always give too much information. But so Earl Peterson said something to my sister. He tried to fondle her or something. He was going to try and do something. And he wasn't like 40, but whatever, dude. He was. She was very little. She's like my oldest sister, so she's probably like 8 or 9, and this dude was like 19. Yeah. So, whatever. Yeah, he's trying to molest her. And my dad, he's very protective of my sister. Of course, good man on that. And he told my brother Michael, he goes, I want you to go across the street and punch Earl Peterson in the face, and you're not allowed to come back in his house unless I can hear the crack from the porch. My brother Mike walked over there, and Earl Peterson was bigger and older than him, mind you. And my brother Mike walked over there, rang the doorbell. The mother answered. Is Earl here? Earl. He comes to the door. Wham! My old man heard it. We all heard it. I was there. I couldn't believe that shit. I was like, I was just like amazed. I mean, they told me that story, and I vaguely remember, just one of the many crazy. But that's what you got to do, man. Like, men have to stand up for women and children. You know what I mean? That even just like, yeah, you might get burned, but because now you got lawyers, you get sued and shit, you get fucking suspended from Twitter. But no, fuck that shit, man. It's like they can't win.
Totally agree. I remember Rotten sharing that video. I think it was Rotten, of that uncle who broke that one pedophile's limbs.
Yeah.
And like, that's too excessive. I'm like, no, that wasn't, because if he would have messed up that time, he would have tried to do it again. And what if he succeeded that next time?
Oh my God, do they always have like a 99% recidivism rate? I mean, it's insane. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was with the uncle. I'm like, yeah, he should have broke his legs. And you know what? He should have fucking castrated him. Should have fucking killed him, put him down where he was. But no, he cut him a break.
I heartily agree, man, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, it's insane. I was really lucky. Like, I grew up, I went to a Catholic school, there's, we didn't like have nuns there by the time I got there. It was just like regular teachers, but there was priests there, of course. I was never messed with. I didn't, there was no scandal in my church or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like to this day, it was really good. This church, St. Damien. And I had to leave there after second grade because we couldn't afford the tuition, but I still had to go to this, CCD class every year. But so yeah, it's like, but then I know friends who, were in other Catholic churches and they were abused and it was just horrible. And I'm also pissed at the police. Like, these cops should have arrested I don't know how priests can be protected like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. You know what I mean? It's like, they're not above the law. A priest can't, shoot somebody and not be arrested. So why could he, how are they getting away doing it with these kids? You know what I mean? Like, I know, like what the Vatican was doing, they were just shipping them off to a new place, so they, just reoffend over there. But they just keep switching them around. You know their story how it goes, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, why wouldn't the police just fucking arrest them when they were, a kid comes to the police, a parent comes to the police station. My boy was molested by the priest. There's probably a lot of evidence, right? He could probably identify, the genitals, like what they did to Michael Jackson. So yeah, there's just, dude, you tell me, I mean, what do you think?
That's a whole situation I don't understand as much as you do.
Yeah.
That's a
Right.
I never been Catholic.
Well,
so.
Right. But it's in the news so much. That's all. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, like, well, there's a lot of mixed, religions on my block. There's Protestants and Lutherans, and we had a Baptist temple right across. I had like a church on my block, and then there's a Baptist temple they built right across from that, and then that was where my public school was. But a great little town, man. But just like, yeah, we didn't have a lot of problems like that, man. The cops there took care of, we took care of our own. You know what I mean? Just like, if somebody, people knew, like, the cops in Oak Forest, man, if you were up to no good, they didn't fucking play. You know what I mean? So it was cool. Yeah, they could be dicks and give us tickets and stuff, for bullshit. And they bust our keggers and steal our beer, but they were good because, dude, like, we got rough neighborhoods, man. Like, right next to where I'm at out here in Chicago. Like, I'm in the burbs, yeah. Like the burbs, you got like a really nice area here. Then you go one block over, and it's, there's like stabbings and murders, and there's gang violence. So it's, it's like New York, man. It's wild. So the police on each town out here in the suburbs, there's one suburb that is just so, violent and like crime ridden right next to like a really nice suburb. So these cops, they got a tough job, man, because like they're constantly, pulling over dudes with, intent to do bad shit. So yeah, I don't know, man. I really, the police get all this hate, and I've had, I come from a police family, man. Like I said, I know I told you that before, but like, cops have a fucking crazy job, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, I understand, man. Like, they do a lot of shit that's unnecessary, but that's the politicians. They're just order followers,
I mean, yeah, there's police brutality, but it's not oriented to race.
Right, and obviously, dude. The justice system needs to be reformed. I don't think there's a big argument to say no. It needs, like, nobody on the right is saying the justice system needs to stay exactly the way it is. Like, we can't let out the drug offenders. You know what I mean? They don't want the rapists, like, and the murderers to get out, but like, yeah, like, and the police are like, okay, how about with police? Like, there's certain things like you shouldn't do this anymore. It's just not worth it. Don't do high speed chases. We'll get him later, type of shit. You know what I mean? As long as he's not got a hostage. Just common sense, dude. It's almost like the world should be run by common sense, and it would be like Eden almost. You still have problems, but it just common sense prevailed ever in history. We kind of got close to like Age of Enlightenment, but like, yeah, it's.
We also need to sit there and wait for evidence to come out instead of overreacting to every single thing when the evidence doesn't come out.
Right.
Everything. Like there was a Daniel Shaver incident, right?
Right.
Yeah, the guy was unnecessarily executed, but here's a problem why Daniel Shaver fucked up and why he got himself killed.
Right.
One, that chick pointed a BB gun out the window right after a big ass mass shooting happened in Las Vegas.
Right.
And two, they were intoxicated. Yeah, he was scared shitless, but he should have told the cop he'd been drinking when they asked him.
Yeah.
During the procedures.
Yeah.
He told them he wasn't. He was sober.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I love, my uncle Mike was a cop, and he made the sergeant. When I told you about before, and then the last time I was out there, I don't know, 2 or 3 times ago when I went to bullshitting you on the stream, I told you a story about him. But anyways, he was a beat cop before he became sergeant. He wrote one DUI in his entire career. So he was not like pulling people over for like a taillight out. You know what I mean? Like he liked walking the beat. He's like, I want to be in shape, and that's where he could really help people. You know what I mean? Like he was like attacked with meat cleavers and shit, and he was shot at, and you know what I mean? It was not like he was at Dunkin' Donuts and then he just go, bust keggers like the suburban cops can do on here. So, but he only wrote one DUI in his whole career, right? So, and the guy made him do it. Like it was some north side yuppie snob, and he's like, "Look, you're drunk. Just take the keys and walk home." And he was like, he's like, "I pay your salary," and he got obnoxious. And Uncle Mike was like, I pay taxes too. I pay my salary. Yeah, we all pay my salary. What the fuck? You think I don't pay taxes? Which is a good point. Really. And he's like, yeah, you want the $5,000 fine, and you want me to tow the car, and you want to get arrested for DUI, or you want to get the hell out of here? And the guy snapped off him again. He's like, all right, you win. You want the DUI? He gave it to him. But other than that, like not once. And that just tells you, like, like obviously he wasn't out like doing horrible shit like they always portray, like most cops these days. It's like, no, man. Yeah, there's horrible fucking people in politics and the police force and the priesthood and science and Hollywood. That's just fucking, life. Yeah, it needs reform, but shit, man, we got other issues too that nobody's focusing on. Just everybody's focusing on all the same shit. racial division, right? Fucking of course, political correctness and all those things. Like, you look at how hard it's being pushed, right? Like, they are so, it's in your cereal. They're taking like Aunt Jemima, they're changing the fucking photos on Uncle Ben's rice. It's nobody. Like,
I know why they're changing it, and it's not even for virtue.
Right, and figure like that made this world just so crazy enough, with when the woke thing happened, and now you add COVID to that shit, where they're like, oh, hey everybody, now we're gonna force you to wear masks, and we're gonna make it the law that we're gonna have to stick you with pharmaceutical chemicals. But by the way, and we have half the country locked up for doing drugs, for doing pharmaceuticals, right, and selling them. But now it's the law of the pharmaceutical drugs we like, we have to do this to you because otherwise you're gonna kill grandma. Like, fuck off, man. It's like, am I in a parallel universe? It's just a bad dream. But that's actually because I had it so good, man. I really, in the 80s and 90s, I had a lot of fun, man. Great years for me, bro. I mean, the millennium's been, my daughter's been my biggest blessing of that and my family's help. But other than that, man, just shit.
I'm happy for you. I can't say the same for myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, dude, I had rough times. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, like, people were not. There wasn't this woke shit. It was just more free. I mean, you could fucking bugger off and be by yourself, and it was fine. Like, you weren't inundated with all the advertising everywhere. Just, I mean, it was like you still had cordless phones, man, in the 80s. Like, or not. I mean, phones with cords. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Like, so. I forget. How old are you again?
I didn't just turn 36, but I'm 36.
Okay, yeah. So, all right. So, yeah, I mean, dude, like, I was born in 74, bro. And I have, like, a crib memory. I have crazy, like, long-term memory. I can't use it for, like, shit to make me rich, right? Like, math or something. But, like, because I hate math. Anyways, shit. What was I just fucking saying?
You're talking about how great the 80s and 90s were for you. Yeah, they were for everybody during those times. I can admit that. Even for my brother, same age as you, 90s were fucking king for him. That was his prime.
That was my prime too, brother, man. But like, because I had like crib memories. I remember the 70s because I was born in 74. I remember seeing Star Wars in the theater, dude. And I know when that came out, like 76 or something. So I was like fucking 2. I remember seeing Darth Vader and just like, what is that thing? And then of course, like, crazy shit, man. Like I can remember like crazy, very detailed shit from the 70s, even though because I was a little baby, but still. Um, and then yeah, the 80s and the 90s, man. Just the 80s, when I was a kid, it was just we had like Ghostbusters and Gremlins came out, and fucking all these great, awesome, movies, Indiana Jones movies, right? It's fucking great run and great movie. The entertainment's great, the comics were great, obviously as you could see, 80s, was like, you had some really great stuff in there, I think, myself. And yeah, it was great. And then the 90s, yeah, bro. I mean, that's when I was like in top shape, man. I was working out. I was like, fucking just hanging out with a crowd of good buddies, and we were having parties, and there was chicks every night. I had an apartment when I was 20 years old, bro. I couldn't legally drink in a bar, but I was like taking the train downtown to work at the. I was a runner at the stock exchange, not making much, and then I'd go home to my apartment, but like I couldn't legally go in a bar and have a beer, but I like had my own fucking apartment. Me and my buddy just were in our place. We're like, just fucking do it, man. So we had parties there every night, and it was great, man. Yeah, it was good times, man. We just always be doing fun shit, bonfires, fucking. We go doobie cruising, We my friends were in like a metal band, so they jam, They have like little concerts and shit. One of them actually opened up for Battery, who opened up for Metallica. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's just good times. I had a lot of fun times, dude. I really did. I was very, I just met some really cool people, and we were just all very brotherly. We're still cool today, man. We're all like we got kids and marriages and a lot of them, and it's just like you talk to them on Facebook for the most part, but yeah, man. I can't, like I said, like I see like things that weren't a problem in the 80s and 90s, that we're making issues out of now. It seems like out of thin air, like not for the valid reasons, and it's frustrating because it's like, I get it, man. Like I get like, boomers when I was a kid, they talk about how great the 50s were. And now when I watch those movies, I'm like, yeah, like fucking, shit with the gas was a nickel. Of course there was horrible stuff too back then. There always is. But like when you look at the cost of living, everything was made here, the factory jobs, you get a pension. Healthcare was, very inexpensive. Yeah, of course. Good times, man. I mean, shit should be getting better. I'm hoping for a Star Trek future, brother. Not a Road Warrior one. But right now, it's a coin toss the way shit's going down, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one.
Yeah. So, anyways, man, I just been trying to like when I go on Twitter, I just do like funny videos. I just stay away from the political shit. And on YouTube, yeah. And I've been watching my movies. I love movies, bro. I love, I'm getting back into comics, of course, but movies.
I watched a really cool Bass Reeves movie.
Oh yeah, which one is that?
Hell on the Border. It's with Frank Grillo and Ron Perlman.
No shit. Well, I love both those as actors. That's cool, man. What's it about?
It's like the beginning of Bass Reeves when he first becomes a U.S. Marshal.
So it's a movie?
It's, huh? Yeah, it's a movie. It's free on Amazon Prime.
Oh, that's cool, man. I gotta check that out, dude. Well, right now I got Tubi and Netflix. I just gotta get my buddy's code for Amazon Prime. He does. He's like, yeah, whatever. It's like Netflix. You can share the account. And it's fucking free, pretty much. So, but I like Tubi the most, man. It's a free app, and it's got like a few like very quick commercials, right? And they play like uncensored good movies, a lot of good like shit from like the 80s and 90s that like I even missed, and I watched a lot of shit, man. I went to movies a lot when I was a kid, man. I mean, I loved going to movies. I went to movies every fucking weekend I could, me and my ex, man, I mean, we'd always go see horror movies together, and yeah, it's like the last place like where you could just sit down with a huge crowd and quiet, besides like a museum, like planetarium or something, and just have like a good experience. It's really cool. I love being in a movie theater with the lights down and the big screen, and it's cool sitting with everybody there. It's like as long as they're not being assholes and talking loud, but like, yeah, I'm really bummed that you can't go to a movie, right? I just started working out hardcore this summer, bro. I'm trying to get get back into shape like I used to be, man. I used to fucking, hit it pretty hard at, and I want to get back there. And then now, like, all the gyms are shut down. You know what I mean? So I've been walking the trail, yeah, but it's like, shit, man. I want to fucking be able to go to, to the local pool and swim. But no, you can't because they're open, but it's like because they only allow so many people in. Like, you got to reserve a lane, and it's like, so you can't just go there when you're ready to go. It's like you got to fucking make a dentist appointment to go swimming in the pool. And there's a big wait. So yeah, it's a bummer, man. It's just like there's a lot, dude. I was talking to a dude on Twitter today who's like, I saw he had a poster. He's talking about how he was like depressed and he was pretty much suicidal, and then something good happened where he, something might work out. But I was worried about the guy because I mean, I could tell he's in pain. And I was like, dude, like I hear you, man. I'm like, I've been there myself for sure, but I'm like, you can't give in, brother. I'm like, just keep fighting, man, and stay with it. Like I know, like it's easy for me to say that, but like like you're right. Like it does suck. It does suck, but like fucking apathy just doesn't do you any good, And we're all gonna die anyway, so fucking why help the fucking crazy fucking process out?
If you're gonna die, might as well get COVID. Try to get COVID.
I made a deal with God, a long time ago. I said, "You fucking put me here. I didn't ask to be here, so you're gonna have to fucking take me out." When I was like my most suicidal. That's like what turned me around. I was about to do it, and I was like, you know what? Fuck that. You either you want me fucking gone, you fucking take me out. And I was amazed. I actually thought he would. I didn't think I was killing. I was a pretty wild youth, man. I mean, I wasn't a criminal, but I was. I was pretty fearless just with, just doing crazy shit because my buddies were doing it mostly, and anything for fun. But anyways,
right.
I'm lucky to be alive, at 46, and it worked out good, man. If I would have killed myself, I would deprive myself of my beautiful daughter and all this great shit. But I had a cousin that committed suicide, and it was just awful, man. He was 16. He, fucking hung himself in the woods, man. It's devastated my family, man. I used to go over there and play with him, his brother, and the pain you leave your family, man, is, it's awful. So, yeah. So anyway, so I reached out to this guy on Twitter, and and I was like, yeah, I was just talking to him, like, hey, man, anytime you talk, dude, just, I understand you, and like. Whatever, dude. You're not alone. And that was the thing. He's like, I'm just kind of like, I'm alone. I'm broke, and fucking in bad health, and like I'm just thinking about killing myself. So he was cool, man, and I followed him, and we started talking about Bruce Lee, and he's a Bruce Lee fan. We had some shit in common. So I told him like how I've been to Bruce Lee's grave when I was 12 years old in Seattle, and yeah, I told him about Bruce had a philosophy, man, and I said when I'm depressed, this helps me. Bruce had a saying. He said, "Do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one," which is really a great fucking saying. It's the truth. It's because most people do like, yeah, please God, just let me get that $1 million. Let me get that Lamborghini. But yeah, it's really like life is tough, man, and it's hard to endure it. So you need strength, man, and that's what you got to focus on. That's the best I make out of it, man. It's just like. Yeah, mental health and suicide it's a really serious issue, and I really, I would definitely like do one of those like suicide hotlines, like where I'd work those phones. You know what I mean? I never really saw an offer to do it, but like I'm really big on that because I had a family member that did that, and it was just awful. So I was affected by that personally, and I felt that way. I think everybody gets suicidal at some point in their life, don't they? It's just like. It's pretty hard. For men, especially. I mean, the suicide rate of men is way higher than women. It's insanely higher. So, yeah, it's a very common thing, man. But it just helps if you have support, man. A lot of people that do commit suicide, it's not because they shut themselves off from everybody. It's just like they feel alone and they feel nobody cares. And they just feel like nobody understands them or nothing's going to work out. I mean, shit, dude. I knew a fucking kid who drove his fucking car up the Grand Canyon because his fucking girlfriend broke up with him, dumped him. Just crazy shit, man. Life's just, nothing's worth fucking killing yourself over, man. Nothing, It's like you got a right to be here, just like the fucking birds and the bees do. You know what I mean? Like, we're all part of the fucking same universe. We have a fucking right to be here. You know, like I said, we didn't ask to fucking be here. You know, as far as I know, we're all born here not knowing what the fuck's going on, and we just, we're on the bus, whether we like it or not. And any rate, so yeah, dude, I didn't know you were kicked off Twitter. Well, I knew you were kicked off Twitter, but I didn't know permanently. That's why I was just like thinking. I was like, man, I'm like, I was wondering if you were back by now. And fuck those assholes. They've suspended me like 3 times, of course, for bullshit. But that's what I want to ask you about. So were you saying that? So this guy, so you told the guy like, fucking guy should be executed, and they just banned you because you said that? Because you're pro death penalty. Because like, for me, like I would make a joke, and they would say like you're threatening somebody, which it was not a threat. I would never threaten somebody.
That's what they put me at. They told me I was threatening somebody. I was like, how am I threatening somebody when the guy's going to be executed anyways?
It's so obvious that, they're messing with you because they read some of your tweets probably, and they could see that you weren't a liberal.
Yep.
I mean, what other dumb reason? That's insane. I mean, most people agree with what you said, dude. Of course, like fucking, serial killers should be fucking.
And the funny part is, the victim was a black girl.
Yeah.
So
it's terrible.
So it wasn't even about racism or anything like that. It was about the fucking principle.
Jeez. Yeah, that's so fucking insane. I mean, Twitter's gone insane, dude. I mean, they're censoring the president of the United States. Can you imagine back when like Kennedy was president? I'm fucking like censoring him. Like he's about to go fucking talk about the Cuban Missile like crisis. We're on the brink of nuclear war. Kennedy's about to come out, and fucking CBS is like, no, we feel it's harmful content. You can't do that, man. Twitter is pretty much a publisher. You know what I mean? There's fucking news stories all over the place. And they act like a publisher. They fucking tell you what you can and can't say. And they're not a neutral platform, and they're biased. They obviously don't like people who aren't far left. You know what I mean? They totally shove lefty fucking ads in your face everywhere you go on YouTube and Twitter. You see all these commercials for woke bullshit, and it's just I don't know, man. I just I try and laugh at it. It is a sick joke. It's like
it kind of is, but it also is really disturbing because they're brainwashing a whole future.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A very sick joke. It's evil. It's fucking like it's mind blowing, bro. Like I don't know. I'm a pretty creative guy, but like the shit that's going on in this world, man. In my wildest, I always wanted to be a writer, and I mean, I do write stuff. I never tried publishing yet. I can't draw for shit, as I told you. This is funny. I got all these cool comic book brothers like you, and I mean, EBS, he's cool to me. I mean, I don't know him personally, but he gives me shout outs, and he said hey to me, dude, like on Thanksgiving, I was just like, happy Thanksgiving, EBS, in his DM. And he, gave me he typed in a smiley face for me.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah, man. He's real cool, man. And he's funny. He cracks me up. And I think I've made him laugh. So, it's a thing. I was so pissed, bro. Like, man, like I remember because I love Geeks and Gamers, and Jeremy and Jeff from World Class Bullshitters and EBS, they all went to a bar because it was a Star Wars convention or something. So
I remember that.
You remember that they went to that bar in the South Side of Chicago, dude? That's like fucking a half an hour from here. I was so pissed, dude. I was watching that stream and I couldn't go because fucking we didn't have a fucking car, and fucking by the time I was ready to say fuck it, let's get an Uber, shit, something else came up and we couldn't fucking get it. I had some kind of I think I had my daughter, I had to do something, go pick her up. So yeah, dude, I was like, oh, I was watching a stream and I'm like, oh, that'd been so cool, man. I could have him sign my fucking Cyberfrog comic, right? And man, yeah. That bar on the South Side of Chicago. I never thought EBS would be a bar on the South Side of Chicago right by me. So yeah, bro, when he has, his convention, where he's doing the meet and greet, I know he his promotional things, all caps, He's talking about his comic cake thing. You know, I would love to go that, dude. Like, I love to. That isn't he gonna have something like that in New Jersey?
And he was planning on do something in Florida. I think Florida's a terrible idea.
Well, Florida is like it's more free there as far as like the COVID lockdown shit. That you know that for those purposes, it might be a good idea because New York is locked down like a fucking maximum penitentiary, dude.
I think he'd have a better shot in Las Vegas.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, man. It's not bad by me. I mean, because I'm not in the city, and like I'm right outside of Cook County. Cook County is Chicago, and wide area. Chicago's a fucking huge city, bro. I mean, it's the third largest city in the country. You got like New York, LA, and then here. But like, um, yeah, just I don't know if I can. You got a call?
No, it's just my emails.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, so
It's like 4 in the morning.
I would love to go to in the convention. I would do it in Florida. Well, what do you not like about Florida? Well, I don't
Well,
Extreme.
I have to have a whole separate license to bring my guns in that state.
Really? Well, isn't that kind of the way it is with a lot of states? Florida's a pretty, you know, they got
not a lot of them, especially after you get a CCW.
yeah. So you got a lot of good old boys down there, man. Like you would think, like they would be pretty loose with the gun shit down there. They have to stand your ground law in fucking Florida. So you just gotta do some paperwork then, right? That's that's not a
It's extra paperwork. Why do I want to do extra paperwork?
you don't want to, but you know what I mean. Like, well, here's the thing. Like, I don't. I know what you mean. I've been to Florida. I went there once. I went to Disneyland once when I was in high school. So I was like, look, I was like a junior. I mean, it was great. You know, I had a great time, and I just remember like you'd always hear all these stories about crazy shit in Florida, but like I want to retire in the I like dude not really retire. Like I was thinking about like going and living in the Florida Keys, man, because like I'm scuba certified, right? And there's this YouTube channel called Living in the Keys where they tell you like if you want to move to Florida Keys and like make it there, like this is how you do it. And it's a married couple from like down south in Georgia or something, and they moved to Florida Keys, and they do like boat tours and shit there. And they just said like if you want a job here, you got to show up here. Like you can't apply like from across the country because they know like they're not gonna take the chance of showing up. So he's like if you show up here and you're not a drunk, so that's the thing. People go there and it's like paradise, and they start partying and they start blowing off work. Like and I don't drink like hardly at all. You know what I mean? Like almost never do. I'll have like a white claw, a couple white claws or none of that. Because I used to drink crazy, but I just quit. I just got bored of it, And any rate, no fuck. I don't know. It's sorry, I'm getting distracted by the cat hair. You get this cat hair. Shit, dude. I'm sorry. What was I just saying?
You're talking about Florida.
Yes, sorry. So the Florida Keys, they said if you just learn how to fix air conditioners down here, you can make bank if you just show up. Word will spread around. It's like people, it's very hot down there, obviously, and people need air conditioning fixed immediately. You know what I mean? It's fucking, like you got to have it down there. So you can make big money. So like, dude, it's like, yeah, man, I'm single, right? My daughter's doing good. She's in college now. She got a scholarship, and if I can make good money in the Keys, send her dough, I'll be living in paradise with all the babes. Not a bad deal, man. Fixing air conditioners, you don't have to learn heating. Nobody's got a heater in fucking QS. So all you have to learn is just AC, not heating, right? So it's just kind of a cool dream of mine. And like I said, I could I'm PADI certified, so I could I could like do a dive master certification and like take people on tours like as another side job. Like if I could just earn down there and have a shitty little studio apartment, that'd be fine by me as long as I have money to go out to the bar just to be with the babes and sit on the beach and just swim in the ocean and fish. And I mean it's paradise down there, dude. It's the mainland. Hawaii, of course, I prefer, but it's just too expensive as fuck, and it's not as hot.
There's yuppies there.
Oh god, dude, I always want to go there for vacation, but like, yeah, I know it's beautiful, but yeah, I mean, it is like talk about a liberal fucking state, man. Like, it is hardcore blue there, dude.
And yet they got the same problems there. My wife told me stories. She used to live there.
Sure. Yeah.
She told me like the huge prostitute district, and if these bitches didn't make money, pimps would just come out right in the middle of the block and start grabbing them and slapping the shit out of them, dragging them in the car by the hair while they were screaming in front
Well,
of
dude,
tourists.
man, I tell you what, when I started watching that fucking show, Dog the Bounty Hunter, yeah, that opened up my eyes to the dark side of Hawaii real quick, man. Shit. Yeah, I mean, they had some fucking, a lot of times they're just meth heads, you know. I felt bad for those people, you know, but like some of them were fucking bad people, man. But
You
like
ever
you
watch
could
the
just see the
show
areas of
60
crime.
Days In or Love After Lockup?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people from Chicago in Love After Lockup.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I love, yeah, like I said, I love to go to vacation there. But like, if I like was like I was, you know, as they say, if I was a millionaire, I probably wouldn't pick Hawaii. That's for sure. I'd still probably pick the Florida Keys.
Well, Costa Rica.
Well,
Or
I
Puerto
mean,
Rico.
if we're talking America, I mean, if I had crazy money, yeah, I mean, we're talking a different country, dude. Shit, I think.
Well, Puerto Rico wouldn't be a different country. All you got to do is buy a house there, and you want to get taxed for property, and there's your vacation house.
Puerto Rico is beautiful, man. I know that. And actually, one of my best friends when I was just out of high school, Manuel, he was, you know, his family's from Puerto Rico. He's Puerto Rican, and he would always show me pictures of his home there. And it was so beautiful the way it looked, you know. I would always want to go there. I would love to go there. But dude, I went to Cozumel, bro. I was in Cancun and Cozumel. That's where
I've
I
been
was.
there.
Yeah, and dude, Cozumel was just my favorite. I mean, I would fucking live there in a second, bro. It was just, I had so much fun there. That was the best vacation of my fucking life, dude.
Oh, Cozumel is beautiful. I love
Yeah,
it too.
mhm. And then the like Playa del Carmen. Remember, like, yeah, you go to Playa del Carmen and then you take the ferry to Cozumel. That's how you get there. That's how we would get there. You know, we back and forth ferry, and then we did a cave dive in between. It was my first dive. I wasn't actually even certified yet, and I did an underground cenote cave. Like we drove out in the middle of a jungle. There's a fucking hole with a ladder going straight down, like the Bat Cave. You climb on the ladder, and there's like a dock, and there's fucking this beautiful like pool of water, and it's all these underground freshwater cenotes, you know, rivers. And dude, you're going through stalagmite. It's like you're in Mars, dude, underwater. It's fucking beautiful, dude. I mean, words can't describe it, man. It was the most beautiful, you know, dive. And we did an ocean dive, you know, after that and got certified. And I got reverse block and blew my eardrum out actually on my test, which, you know, I passed my test because it happens. But like, I had a cold, and that's the thing, man. You know, reverse block is when, you know, you get you know what that is. I don't know if you know what that is, but
I don't
when
know
you,
what that is.
okay, when you scuba dive, as you go deeper, it's like your that shit, you know, people get the bends, that type of thing, because of like the water pressure. At any rate, as you have to go down slowly, right? When you scuba dive, you can't just, you know, drop down fast because your oxygen levels in your blood have to adapt to the, you know, to the water weight. The oxygen in the water affects your blood if you go too fast. So as you descend and above. So that's the thing. It's like, you know, you let out the air in your vest slowly, right? And your weights sink you down very slowly. And you stop like little ways down because your ears, like you ever go to a swimming pool and you go like 12 feet deep and your ears will start to hurt, right? You ever had that happen? That's what reverse block is where you go down scuba diving, but you're not 12 feet deep, right? You're 30 feet deep. And it's fine if you do go down slow. See, if you we're in a swimming pool and you drop down very slow to that 12 feet and you can breathe through a respirator, your ears don't hurt at all. But so what reverse block is my sinuses, because I had been sleeping in the air conditioning hotel room, I had a cold, and it blocked the sinuses, you know, closed up and blocked my eardrums. So I had an air bubble trapped in my ear, and once the dive was over, as I was trying to go back up, right, for air, the pain was excruciating because as my body was going up to the surface, the bubble was expanding in my ear, dude, and it couldn't get out. So it was like somebody was sticking a knife in my ear. So I had to keep going back down. I'm looking at my tank, and it's got like, you know, I had like 15 minutes of spare air, and the shore was like I could have kicked it, but the dive master was like writing to me on a board. He's like, you have reverse black, and I'm like, I know. I mean, I took a class on all this shit. I'm like, I fucking know what I have, dude. I can feel it. When you what should I do? And this asshole he just jerking me up fast, and that's the thing. Dude, it was so much pain. That time it popped, it was such relief. Like the popping of it was the beauty. Like I was like the suffering was over, but uh, this instructor tried bitching to me. He's like, because he was afraid I was going to sue him, so he's freaking out. And he's like, you shouldn't. He tried to blame me for a reverse block. He's like, you should have told me if you're cold or something. Like I don't have a fucking cold. Like it wasn't bad. I'm in Mexico. I don't have a cold. I just my sinuses were a bit sniffy. And dude, the whole thing is the cure. If I would just taken like a nasal like an allergy pill and it's like an Excedrin or something that dries you out, I would have been fine. It would never happen. That's all you gotta do. Every time I did a dive after that, I was fine. But anyways, when I came up from the water and I blew my eardrum, there was blood coming out of my ear. I had to go to the hospital and fucking cleaned out there on the island. Yeah. But I passed my test anyways. The dude, he's a dick, but whatever. He still passed me because I did everything right. That wasn't my fault. And he jerked me up and popped in my ear. But I would have drowned. Dude, like I had to go up and pop the ear either way because like I didn't have enough air left, man, to make it to the shore. I were out there, man. We were in like fucking 60 feet deep dive. We did.
You told me that story before. I had a boss a long time ago, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know how likely your people survive after this, but he had a heart attack while scuba diving.
Oh wow!
Obviously, he didn't make it.
Wow, that's a weird place to have a heart attack. Dude, because when you're down there, it's the most beautiful experience, man. It's like surreal. It's like you're like, I'm in a place where people are almost never there, Like you're literally in a wilderness where people don't walk through almost ever, you know what I mean? Because the oceans are so vast, And it's just cool. It's just like it's such an experience that's so rare in your life. You're not used to being able to breathe underwater and walk around with the fishes. It's crazy cool, bro. So I just fucking I love it. But to have a heart attack in there, the worst thing to do and the number one rule in every fucking book I would for the class to get certified, they're like the first rule is always breathe and don't panic. The more you panic, you use up more oxygen, and the more oxygen you use up, that's when your tank runs out. So if you freak out, you'll start hyperventilating. You're huffing more air off your tank, and you're shortening your time to get up to the surface. So yeah, dude, heart attack that's a bad place to have a heart attack underwater, where you're not supposed to panic. That's rough, but dude, it's a beautiful place to go. I guess if you're gonna die somewhere, it's quite a beautiful place to die, I guess. For me, I mean, it's like the coral reefs and the beautiful sharks and like little fucking barracudas and beautiful like rainbow fish, dude. Some mahi. I don't know. Yeah. And then I did a cavern dive in Missouri that was pretty wicked too, bro. And we just drove down to Missouri from here, and there's an underground lead mine. I scuba dived down an old mine shaft. There was like axe picks on the fucking floor of it and shit, and like went down like an elevator, and it was an abandoned lead mine. The water was clear. There was no lead in the water, but like they were mining lead out of there, and they hit a fucking vein of water, and it just fucking filled the whole thing up. I think a bunch of guys drowned, and they had to get the fuck out of there. I mean, some guys may not, but at any rate, so now like you go down there and it's preserved. So you're like scuba diving down into this mine from like the old West. It's a really cool dive, dude. It's called Bontier Mine in Festus, Missouri. And it's about it was only about an 8-hour drive from here. And it's because it's a cavern, like cavern is where, a cavern dive is okay. Cave dive means like you're in there and there's no place, you're in the fucking cave. So like in cave dives, usually there's a lot of spaces where you can't come up for air. You know what I mean? There's nowhere to go. There's just rock over you. Like the cave dive I did in Dos Hoyos, we'd go through spots where you couldn't go up, and then we'd hit pockets where you could. We'd go up and take a rest, And when I don't know, when I did the cavern dive in Missouri, in a cavern you always have open space over your head. It's just like a river, running through a cave. But the river goes down deep because it's a lead mine. You know what I mean? So yeah, so the Boy Scouts are like boating and stuff. They go like the Boy Scouts and like people like tourists would go there. and it was just wicked cool place, bro. It's just one of these secret little adventurous places you can go to, and just experience, this magical. It's like it's like swimming through the Grand Canyon, literally. This rock and beautiful formations. I highly recommend it, dude. If you never do it, dude, I guarantee you, nobody ever fucking scuba dives and said I didn't like it. Usually, like I mean, unless you're like really afraid of the water, but like, you know, most people that are kind of like afraid to do it, once they do it, they realize it's safe, man. It's very safe. If you just know what you're doing. Now, cave dives, different story. They can be very dangerous and you can fuck up. And so, I mean, but if you're in open water, I also scuba dove in Lake Michigan. We did a boat dive. You could like the old shipwrecks that are still laying. There's a lot of like boats that were blown up and stuff, just by fires, or they were carrying dynamite and they sank the bottom of Lake Michigan. And my brother got a book. He had a boat, and the book gave the coordinates of where the boats were sunk. So he just GPS it, and we take the boat out there and we dive down there and check out these old shipwrecks. And it was cool, Yeah, you're like, check out this fucking like steam fucking boat, like from forever ago. Fun stuff, man. Yeah. Like, dude, I like skydiving. No, that would scare the shit out of me. I don't like heights, I'm for that. But I'm a Pisces. Like, I do love the water, bro. I fucking always
skydiving as an amateur. It's kind of gay looking. You have to have that dude strapped behind your back.
I know that is, if I was gonna do it, man, I'd just do it without the guy. They call it tandem jumping, right? I mean, well, that's not true. If it was a hot chick instructor, I'd let her do it. Sure, baby, strap on.
Well, in most cases, I think the reason why there's never chicks behind a dude is because they're mostly short. I think you probably have to be height.
Well, probably, yeah. Also, the chicks just don't want to be fucking humping some dude for a living, But I bet you could pay some that would. Dude, you just gave us a genius idea, man. We could start a millionaire escort prostitute skydiving business, tandem jumping with prostitutes. Me and you, brother.
I think Las Vegas has got his beat somewhere in the market. I think it's already there.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know if you can get prostitutes that skydive. That would be pretty. But then again, it is Vegas. They probably do.
There are those cuddling whorehouses.
Dude, I've heard that they call it snuggle. What do they call? They call them like snugglers. They advertise in the paper for snugglers. John McAfee was showing that shit. Dude. That's how fucking sad. Yeah, that dude. Because people are so disconnected, man. It's like we are built for the physical world, man. I mean, it's like physical touch is important. I mean, it's like, dude, I'm like. Just like I went on a couple of these dating apps, bro, and it's been insane. I get all these really beautiful women, and they're like, within 3 days, they're like, I love you. Text me, I'll wake up like, good morning, baby. And then like, they're always like, hey, can you give me $50? And I'm like, hey, take the fucking train. Because they all do it, man. Like, just, and it's not like even some of them were just straight up scam artists, like Fishers. But dude, like, you're not gonna. Like, I know I'm not gonna give some fucking broad money. I'm not a simp, And but it's just, I just tell them like, listen, that's so rude. I'm like, if we meet and go on an actual date, yeah, I'll buy you a dinner, whatever. Once a relationship's established, I fucking gift my women fucking fine, man. I spent a shitload of money on my ex, man. Before my daughter was born, we go to boats, man. I was selling cars, making really good money, and I didn't like to gamble, and she'd piss away a ton of my money on that dumb shit, playing fucking slots and stuff, And I'd make $100 on slots, and I'm out. I walk out. You know what I mean? I don't even play the tables. I would just pay slots, and I drink the dollar beers they had there on the boat, because that's the only gambling they have there here in Illinois. You got OTB, and then you got the boats, because gambling on the river, but you can't on the mainland. But then that changed. I think they just changed it. I don't know. I don't go there anymore. I don't go to casinos. But, dude, if I went to Vegas, I'd have fun because I wouldn't piss all my money away because I don't gamble. I would I would play the slots, and then if I lost $100, I'd be done with it. If I made $100 or whatever, hit a jackpot, I'm out. I'm just saying. I always quit when I'm ahead. So, I would never go in there with
Trying to
my-
set up to get free drinks.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They want to get you drunk, so keep doing it in there. But I would just also love to see all the sights and the shows, man. Like, it looks great, man. I like I said, I've only been through Reno, and that was cool. But like everything I've seen about Vegas in the movies and documentaries and just TV shows, it looks like it is a beautiful city. And I mean, of course, it's got its dark parts, right? I mean, it's called Sin City, right? Or whatever.
Oh,
like,
it's got a really dark underworld.
right. But
Let's be
so is
honest.
Chicago,
Let's
bro.
be honest.
Of course. Well, that's the thing. Nobody doubts that. I mean, the mob is, we got the mob here, dude. It's like every fucking like city has really dark underworld. But yeah, Vegas was a city built by fucking mobsters. So of course, yeah, it's not going to be,
Mobsters and Mormons.
dude, you took the words right. Not like the Mormons. Right?
Don't forget the Mormons. The Mormons run Las Vegas. People don't realize that. Mormons and Asians.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I've seen it, man. My sister like ran off and joined the Mormons for like a kick and didn't last long, like a couple months. But like, that's just funny. Like, as like EBS, like people always fucking give a shit about being Mormon, And it's like, no, I don't think you get it, people. Like, it's not like he was living fucking like with like 6 wives in a trailer, like outside of,
He's
like
not
fucking
a practicing Mormon.
Right, exactly. But he was raised Mormon, and like so people think like he's like a Mormon. He's a Christian. We're all Christians, man. It's like Catholics, Baptists, Mormons. We all worship Jesus Christ. That's fucking that's what we're all supposed to be, brothers in Christ. I hate the fucking the rivalry of religions. It's like we're all Christians, man. We should be fighting. Leave that to the Arabs and the Jews. We should all be getting along.
Shit's funny.
Yeah, but anyway, EBS, he grew up in New Jersey. I don't know. His parents fucking, that's just whatever. That's the fate they had. And look what a good guy he is, man. So, he's a great dude. He's a funny guy. He's a nice man. I've seen him do some very charitable things. He helps out a lot of artists, So, yeah, man. Touchdown for the Mormons, man. Good for fucking them.
I mean, leave it to the Mormons to save comics right now.
Yeah, dude, there you go, man. Dude, I'm so fucking happy for all, that EBS is expanding now with all caps and, bringing other people under his label. Like, that is so cool, dude. Is Narwhal going to do anything with him?
Yeah, Narwhal's doing a Cyberfrog project.
Gee, dude, I fucking didn't know that, man. See, I've been missing his streams. On Twitter, I follow him like all the time. I love Razno on Twitter. I can actually get through to him easier on Twitter, because he'll post shit and I make jokes a lot and he'll, I know he sees it because he'll give me a like, for my reply. And
it's because Narwhal's getting laid now.
Dude, good for him, brother. He, that was I remember when we were talking on the stream. I was just like, that's what you need, man. You need to get some buzz, dude. That was when he was all drunk that night. He was like, remember this? He's like pouring the beer on his wang. Fucking Narwhal, dude. What's a cool guy. Good for him.
I think he got back with the girl who took his virginity.
Really? His virginity? How old is he?
He's a year younger than me. He's 35. But
so I'm assuming like he lost a virginity, whatever, like a while ago. I don't fucking care. I'm just saying, like, and then like years later.
He's a 28. He was a 28-year-old virgin.
Wow, dude, that's well, shit, man, dude. At least he's not anymore. Dude, there's nothing wrong with him.
I'm not sure how many times he had sex or how many girls he's been with prior to that, but it's not that many.
Well, you know what, dude? Like for me, like I made out with a lot of chicks, but as far as like sex, I went for quality over quantity. I mean, I really did. Like, and I didn't cheat around, man. Like when I'm with a woman, I'm just I don't mess around when I'm with somebody. If I'm just like right now I'm single and I got one we're cool, but it's not I'm taking it slow. I had a lot of these broads on Tinder though. Yeah, they're just like dude, I got a very young face for my age. I'm 46, and I have like this baby face, man, and fucking so like I kind of want to check my age that can relate to me. We're kind of we have more in common, more mature a little bit, and all these like usually like 20 like 30-year-old broads are the ones who like me on like Tinder and Plenty of Fish, and but like dude, it's crazy. I got a whole bunch of them, man. I got like they send me pictures, and well, for all purposes for this little talk we're having, because it is being recorded on YouTube, I'm not talking to any other ones anymore, and I just am with this one now. But let's just say, like, these chicks are nuts, man. They're just like, they all tell me that I'm very handsome and cute. They like my pics. They're like, you're so sweet. I'm in love with you, right? And then can I please have 50 bucks? It's like, and the thing is like, I tell them right up, man. I'm like, look, I got a daughter in college, and I got I'm getting my shit together, and I'm doing what I can. I do, some side maintenance. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I don't live at home. You know what I mean? I buy my own groceries. I pay my own bills. I'm able to, give my daughter, not, I just want to give my daughter more, but, she works actually herself. But I give her anything I can. I give my daughter. And, I tell these chicks that. So it's like, if you're looking for a mark you got a lot of money of, like, you should know, like, but that's not it. Like, they just are used to just like asking dudes, like, because there's so many simps out there that just because a chick's hot, they're like, oh, here's, a bunch of money. Maybe you'll sleep with me. Like, no, man, like, fucking, I've been with hot chicks. Like, I'm not that desperate to, like, I'm going to give you money. I haven't even met you. I always tell you chicks, I'm like, gifts are fine once a relationship is established. You know what I mean? And like, I'll take you out to dinner and dancing or whatever. I'll spend money on you, babe. But it's like, hey, baby, I'm not fucking. I would never ask you for fucking $350. After just meeting you 3 days ago, we haven't been on a date yet. It's just like they think like Tinder is the date. And it's like, no, that's not the date. It's just like it's weird. I don't know what it is, man. It's like a lot of these broads only want to text too, because they're younger. They're younger broads, and like they just like a text. And like, dude, when you're trying, it's pretty hard to romance a chick through a text, But I'm pretty good with.
It could just be catfishes too, or just girls in prison fucking.
That's the thing. Anybody. Well, that's the thing. Anybody listening to this would say that. I would understand that. And yes, definitely the first one was a catfish. But as soon as I find a catfish, they're gone. I tell them to take the train. I mean, I've told them like off, like, how I'm like, you insult my fucking intelligence. You think I'm some dumb fuck? I'm like, fuck off. And then they're like, what are you saying? And they're all crying about it. I'm like, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. I'm like, I'm like, I live in Chicago. You think I don't know every fucking hustle and jam there is, bitch? It's like and I'm a salesman, man. It's like I could fucking do that shit too if I wanted to. I could fucking milk gigolo girls, but I'm just not a creep, man. I don't do that shit. I do unto others as I'd have done to me. So basically, but I get a lot of them that like, okay, so I tell them like, no, I'm not gonna send you $20. I'm not gonna. But hey, I still think you're cute. Good luck to you. And they're like, no, it's okay. And then they'll still keep fucking like talking to me, and like they do like me, and they're not catfish because like it's like the catfish immediately get tossed. But any chick that I tell I'm broke, if she does ask me, no, don't get me wrong, not all of them ask me for money, but it's just crazy. Dude. I didn't expect to get liked that much because I'm fucking like, I'm older and fatter, man. I'm not like I used to be. I'm 46, and I'm trying to get in shape, but I'm not where I want to be. And like I had a lot of like responses. It was weird, man. But I'm just saying, when you get a lot of responses, you do get a lot of catfish or just bimbos that just think you're a simp. And like, yeah, he'll give me some nice gifts, and then we'll go on a date, and then I'll give him some ass, and then he'll really spend money on me. Like those type of chicks, you know what I mean? Like you got the whole assortment in there. But I did meet one good one who's not hit me up for that, and she's just like every day she's like, good morning, sweetie, and how was your day? And you know what I mean? Like we'll watch a movie together and like text, while we're watching type of thing.
Yeah.
Because we can't be together. It's my fault, actually. That's how I also know she's not catfish. She was in Illinois when I met her, and I was, checking out a bunch of chicks at the time, and we were kind of cool. But then I got distracted with this other one that was really hot and was like, she's smoking hot, and I Skype with her, and I had her on video, so I could see it was her actually. I mean, like, yeah, and I can tell, if it's some dude on a computer, I can tell. But anyways, yeah, man, they send you like sexy foot. One of them, dude, sent me a very naughty video that I appreciate very much. I didn't give her any money, and
Nice.
we had hit it off, and she just sent me a little thank you because I was on a bad. I had a bad day. It was so sweet, man. I just had wrote things. She's like, "How's your day, sweetie?" And I'm like, "It was all right, babe." I'm like, "Thank you for asking." I'm like, "How was your day?" And she's like, "Good." She's like, "You don't seem like you're all right." And I'm just like, "Oh," I'm just, yeah, I kind of had a bad day, but I didn't want to dump it on you. And like, she's like, "What's your email?" I'm like, "All right, give her my email." And then I just expect her maybe send me like a a little kitty shot, or something. And like, dude, it's a video. Oh my goodness. I was just like, it's a better day now. Thank you, sweetheart. So it's been fun, man. Don't get me wrong. I've had fun. It's fun to have hot chicks, um, they're coming at you, but it's crazy. It's just fucking crazy. They're all crazy because that's why they're single and they're on Tinder. Um, Tinder's actually really trying to crack down on that too. But like, catfishes get reported immediately and they're banned. I know they're trying to come back, but like, they know that gives them a bad rep. So some sites are worse than others. Tinder actually guards against a lot more. Plenty of Fish. That's where I had my first catfish attempt, and yeah, I fucking told whatever it was. It's like, if I can't fucking see you for real and talk to you on the phone and hear your voice, that's fucking means that you're hiding something, man. If you won't do it at least once. So any chick that I did at least like let whatever play the game with a bit, like, yeah, that was always like the rule.
I used to get them through emails.
Yeah, but that's the thing, bro. It's like I love, dude. I'm attracted to these women. They're fucking hot. I would love to be in love with them, but like, the fact that I'm 46, it's like they're 30. It's hard to relate to them, man. I was a different era, man. You know what I mean? A lot of them are like fucking, very liberal, and you know what I mean. They're like, they're like, they would want me to be a Democrat. That's the other thing too. When I was on Twitter, like, the chicks were hot and they like me, and then I'd be like, I'm an independent. They're like, "You're not a Democrat? Do you like Trump?" And then just because they'd be like, "Well, some things yes, some things no." Like, no, okay, this isn't gonna work out. Dude, you'd be amazed on Tinder how many people wear masks. These dumb fuckers, man. These broads wear masks in their photos on Twitter, like they do on Twitter. They're doing that on Twitter. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
bitch, we get like, what's the point of putting your face on fucking Tinder, right? To date guys, you're gonna cover your face up. It's like, what is this? Iran? You're wearing a fucking jihad? What are they, hijab on your face? what good is that? So they're virtue signaling. So right away, not when you match with that chick, I mean, and you read her profile, like, I do try and read the profiles, but I'll just like, she go like, and I'll swipe like, all right, yeah, ding, and then I like, if she matches with me, I'll figure it out from there, and then I'll read a profile. Sometimes I'm like, oh no, she's not gonna like me, man. It'll be some chick like, I hate guns, I hate Trump, but Castro's not a bad guy. They're just so far left nuts, They got their pronouns. Dude, that's like, if you got pronouns, man, I'm fucking swiping left so fucking fast. Forget about it.
I stay away from pronouns people, and I stay away from people who pay attention to zodiacs.
What are you talking about? Astrology signs?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I always thought that was hilarious. In the 70s, that like was a really hip thing, man. I'm like, why is that shit still around? That's like a relic from the 70s, and like, astrology is like all hot again, It's like, what's next? We have bell bottoms be fucking cool again? Like,
pretty much.
Yeah, retro, right? I guess, man. That's fucking.
The thing about the 2000s kind of interesting is every kind of fashion is right there at one time.
Yeah, that's
right. We can say the 90s is back, but it's not really back. It's just with everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, shit, man. Dude, man, fucking, I've had a crazy week, bro. That's why, I'm a bit spacey. I'm really glad to talk to you, bro. You know, I was, wondering about you, and I was glad I caught you, man. But I've been having some fucking just, I've been dealing with all these broads, man. I mean, yeah, I've been like falling in love for a couple of days, falling out, you know. And then like I just had a bunch of bullshit going on, man. Fires I had to put out all over the place, you know. But I did like
Ignore
my daughter came over and took a walk here and show her. And she's really that's really good man.
Ignore the noise. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I don't know if it was me. But anyway, sorry, but yeah, I'm just saying, so it's like, and I just like had insomnia, dude. I haven't been able to sleep, so I'm just like fucking a bit loopy. And I just smoked a bowl. I was like gonna smoke a bowl to see if it could get me to go to sleep, and then I saw you around. I'm like, oh shit, man. Cool. I'll say hi to you. Dude, weed's not legal here, and it's so fucking overtaxed. I still haven't been to the dispensary because it's like I can still get it cheaper from I've been getting dude, my guy. I knew him since high school. I'm 46. I still get my same shit from him, and it gets better every year, man. He knows what he's doing. He's been doing it forever, and that's so funny. It's like, why am I gonna go to the dispensary and pay fucking? Because we're really good buddies, like I get a real good deal, man. Like I get a really good deal, man. Like I get like top quality bud, I get like a quarter for like fucking, basically the way it's worked out, it's like, dude, it would normally be like a $6 quarter. I'll get it for like fucking like $30, and it'll last me, quite a while. But I do like the edibles and the vape. They're like, I've had stuff from the dispensary. I just haven't bought it. I've had cool dudes have been like, hey man, take this out, take it. I tried a gummy for the first time. Oh my god, that was so fucking much fun, dude. The dude's like, dude, these things are fucking strong. I'm gonna be careful. He's like, don't take more than two. And he just gave me a couple. It was a neighbor guy of my father's. We met, we're having a beer. He was new in the neighborhood, and he's like, hey man, I'm new in the neighborhood, and I'm just seeing if people are cool here. And I was like, yeah, bro. He's like, you want a beer? I'm like, sure. There's a garage, and things were nice, but I don't know, man. Fucking, he gave me those gummies, and me and my buddy took them, and we watched a movie. And like, dude, I couldn't believe, like, because I'm like immune to. I was like, dude, I have a high tolerance for everything, because I used to party. I don't party anymore. You know what I mean? I smoke herb. When I feel like it, but that's about it. And yeah, those gummies, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like when I smoke weed, it's like having a glass of wine. It doesn't really do much to me. You know what I mean? And this shit was strong, but it made me feel like when I smoked it in high school for the first couple of times, and you're like, oh my God, this is the best, I don't know how young you were when you first smoked dubage, but
14.
Dude, yeah, I waited till I was 18. I was like, all right, I'm 18, I'm an adult, and I was like, dude, yeah, it was funny, man. I used to be like a health nut when I was a kid, because like I would pudge up when I was a kid if I didn't fucking work out hard, So I did. I always worked hard, and I just remember like working. That was part of it.
I'm gonna be right back. I gotta take a piss.
Oh yeah, of course.
Should I put something up? Should I put you on the screen and you can host something?
What do you mean by that?
So I don't have dead air entertain our non-audience. Hang on.
Yeah, of course. I just keep my avatar up. I look like shit, so I just keep my avatar up. That's a cool avatar I have there.
There you go.
Take your lead. I'll explain my avatar.
Yeah, the crow.
That crow and Bruce together.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was an artist. So for anybody listening, well, El Gargoyle relieves himself. That is Brandon Lee and Bruce Lee, and I just thought that was the coolest thing. And I love the artwork. It was Mike Barron who posted that. I think, was it? And maybe not. I remember. No, it wasn't Mike Barron. I'm sorry. I showed it to Mike Barron. I'm like, do you like this? And he was like, yeah. But I was thinking that would be so cool. Why didn't they ever make a movie where, like you could make a TV series or a comic book where they team up, right? Like that would be so badass, like father and son reunited, some kind of a MacGuffin. And I don't know. That's usually my avatar. I have a couple of Bruce Lee ones that I like, and Bruce Lee is my idol, man. I love that dude's philosophy. The guy was a badass. He's a legend. He's a great man, and I love just using the shit because like he's a symbol of strength. That's what he reminds me of. And since my name's Kung Fu, which is a joke, only Kung the Few, only fight if you have to. But if you have to, do it right, like Bruce did. It's pretty funny. I've never thought I had to be filler for dead air. Puss, you want to come here and help out? A big giant black fat cat here, sleeping in my fucking bed because he thinks he owns it. He does not. I have to wake his ass up, or he goes, "Meow." Right? You can hear me, can't you? Puss, you want me to wake you for the show? Maybe not. I can't imagine. I can't imagine if there was like a ton of people listening. How fucking freaked out it would be. That would be insane. Public speaking is like a tough job. I gave my love a cherry. Anybody who's seen Animal House will get that joke.
All right, I'm back. Oh, damn.
So, dude, fuck. I play with myself too much. So, what's new with you, man? How's everything going with the lady? Everything going good? You guys all right?
Yeah. Same old.
Great, man. That's great. That's really cool, man. I'm glad you got somebody. Oh, dude, we're talking about Narwhal. So, Narwhal is doing a project for Cyberfrog, and
he's working on modded with Tungsten and Matt Cawson.
No shit, man. Oh fuck! I can't believe we missed all this, dude.
Do you know? Well, he's been working on modded with Cawson for a long time. Let's see. Hang on a second.
Thank you, Avatar too, by the way. Very cool.
He's also working on a project with Matt Krotz, the guy who created Kyrie. I think it's a Naked Samurai, and then he's got this Nosferatu project with this dude named Nate. I don't know if Nate has any social media pages.
Very cool, man. Good for him, dude. Good for fucking Narwhal. I tell you, man, he's a good chap. He's good shit, as they say in Indiana.
Please give me.
Dude, it's funny. Have you ever been to Indiana?
Drove through it.
What?
Drove through it.
Drove through it? Yeah, well, dude, I live right next to it. We're in Chicago. It's not much of a drive from here. You know, the border.
Oh, since Tungsten is also another co-creator, and he's in Singapore, and guns are, well, they serve in the military, so he knows how to use guns, but after you're done in the military, you're no longer allowed to own guns. So in their culture, they modify Nerf guns. They have a huge modern Nerf gun culture.
Oh my god, dude, that's insane! What the fuck?
And that's what modded kind of revolves around, is a world all the world's based around Singapore, and this champion alien on the fate of the world revolves around this.
Now look at this, and the Democrats think that the gun control will work, and here in Singapore, like fucking Singapore, they're able to make this shit. That's fucking awesome, dude. Good for them, man.
Yeah, this is
firearms make us all equal.
Yeah,
you can
also
have one, but it's your choice. But it's like, yeah, it's like, dude, I can't believe women don't love firearms. It's like, man, a guy can't rape you. You have this thing, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't get savaged by fucking anybody. Like, you know what I mean?
Women do love firearms. More women love firearms than what we think.
Well, yeah, of course. We have a lot of red states. There's a lot of women who are pro Second Amendment. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, on the social media, it's all I see. for a while, especially with all the school shootings, you know. And it's like, you know, dude, obviously school shootings are awful, but whatever, man. Like fucking,
There's the other.
you guys don't have guns, so fucking citizens have the right. And I think after the riots that we've had, that proved the cops ain't gonna save your ass. They will stand down and let the mob tear you apart, and the mayor will tell them to. So don't fucking ever have a Democrat tell me again that I don't. Why do I need to have a gun? Because you will let fucking a bunch of fucking political terrorists come and burn my shit down. That's why. You fucking did it for a whole summer. And that's another thing that pissed me off about Trump. He swore to protect and defend the country from enemies, foreign and domestic. And he let innocent fucking Americans be murdered because these fucking Democratic mayors literally fucking let these fucking horrific mobs do horrible shit in the name of racial justice. They went and they just terrorized and burned the city down, and the fucking mayors, instead of saying stop, don't do this, this is wrong. Like, you know, when you had the Martin Luther King riots, like the mayors were pleading for peace. Don't do this, please. Right? It was unthinkable back then that they would fucking say, yeah, burn shit down. And fucking now, they do. It's dude, for the first time in American history since like the British fucking lived here, it's like, yeah, let the mob rule. I don't know, dude, it's crazy, man. I'm just saying, like, aside from that, I know a lot of women I know out here in the burbs. They don't like, they hate firearms. That's because they're protected out here. You know, there's not a lot of crime because the cops out here, you know what I mean, are very well funded. You know, like there's money out here. You know what I mean? I don't have a lot of it, but it's like, I do live. I'm lucky. I'm able to live in a nice area because my rent's just really, really inexpensive.
I'll say one thing about video games and guns is that they made people really ignorant about gun facts, and they made people really stupid about guns.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, it's funny because I'm a big pro Second Amendment guy, but I don't know a lot about guns. I never. Dude, I was in martial arts, and I had a bad temper on top when I was a kid. So I'm like, if I have a gun, man, I'm probably gonna something. You know, I didn't want to be tempted. You know what I mean? I had a pretty violent temper when I was younger. I was a good person, man. Like, I never fucking bullied anybody, but like, I would get fucked with, man, and I would get, you know what I mean? Like, I would get very fucking vicious because like nobody's gonna fucking hurt me. I'm gonna take it, man. Like, fuck it. You know? If I'm
AR-15s, one of the guns everybody talks about. What caliber is an AR-15?
What caliber is it?
Yeah,
dude. Shit, if I know, I don't fucking know.
It comes in 4 or 5 different calibers. So
Yeah.
there's a .223, which is one of the smaller calibers, and
Right.
the largest caliber is a 5.56.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude. Here's like my knowledge of guns, dude. Like, I can name, right? Like, I can't tell you, you know, like fucking ammo until you. I know about buckshot. You know what I mean? I know like the difference between buckshot, you know, regular, and like I can like, okay, you got like the 357 Magnum. You know, you got Derringer, right? You got 38 Special. You know, you got Colt 45. You got Glocks. You know, I mean, like but like when it comes to like the stuff, you know, bro, no, like you're like I know nothing compared to like what you know.
Yeah, Glock is just a brand.
Yeah.
Of sidearm. It's a pretty popular brand because it's a decent package. It
Right.
comes in point safety, but
Don't they
it
kind of
has-
look to a 45, to a Colt 45? I always look at Colt 45 or something.
well, when you say Colt 45, a Colt 45 is also a brand.
Right.
If I show you my 1911, that's a Colt 45.
Okay. So, but there's
See.
a difference. But there's a difference between the models, though, right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
there's one-
but-
which
but,
one? Which one
What
you
you're
prefer?
probably thinking, because when I was younger, I was thinking, you know, the Colt 45, the Dirty Harry, right?
Well, Dirty Harry was through the 357 Magnum.
Yeah. I
But
used
Colt
to think that.
45 was I think that was Lethal Weapon. I think that's what he had. It might have been. Well, there's also the Beretta, right?
Yeah, Beretta's also a brand too.
Well, yeah, I mean I know their brands. I'm just saying that's what they're called. I like when somebody says, "Hey, dude, if you like lay a 357 Magnum on the fucking table, I can point and say that's a 357 Magnum." That's just what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
but there's the stuff that you're talking about when you're getting like fucking like 3-06 or like no, that's like just beyond my knowledge of this stuff. I shot a shotgun once. I went squirrel hunting out in Wisconsin with my buddies just to see what the kickback was like, and I didn't, they were just doing it, and they owned a bunch of land. And it was just fun. I did it once, and it was cool. And then I fired off a couple rounds. One time when I was younger in the Forest Reserve, my buddies. My buddy, dude, out here, you get a gun. Just they're all over the place, man. You know what I mean? Like you don't gotta go to the store buy one. Why fucking let the police know your fucking business? So
yeah.
that's the thing. Like in Chicago, even though I'm not in the city limits, they're banned, but everybody in Chicago's got a gun because you fucking gotta. It's like
They never kept that shit under control.
right. Well, yeah, man. It's like what is the thing? It's like, dude, you're a target if you don't. Some of them do, but that's the people out here that don't. It's because they don't because they have the money to pay the fucking police force a shitload of money to get a ton of cops to just keep that shit on check, and the cops will kill you. That's the thing. It's like they don't have a gun and they scoff at these like gun owners. I've talked to a lot of snobby women out here, dude. I'm just saying myself. I don't get me wrong. I talk to a lot. I've known a lot of people, so I've known a lot of women that are totally pro. But the ones that are anti, it's like you don't need to have a gun because you pay a cop to kill the guy for you. That's
and
not.
Yet you want to defund the police,
right? Yeah. So it's like don't fucking tell me like fuck up. It's like, but here's the thing. It's like, I don't have one myself, but like, dude, if I needed one, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have roommates here, and this is a very well protected neighborhood. That's like when these fuckers online, it doesn't happen almost never. I think like one time somebody's like, yeah, I'll show up at your door, and I'm like, dude, you fucking come here, you can get smoked so fucking fast. I mean, I've only entered a fight with my fist. You know what I mean? If the guy shows up with just his fist, we'll go that way too. But you fucking come here to my door. I'm not, with my family. So, you know what I mean? So, the people I live with here are like my family. So it's like, yeah, dude, you fucking bring a weapon. You better hope the neighbors call the cops before I get to the fucking front door. I don't think it'd be an issue. I'm just saying, man, it's amazing that like people, now Twitter cracks down on it, but like, I think it was on YouTube, man. Some fucking dude actually, some SJW, like fucking was like, yeah, maybe I'll show up at the door. I'm gonna fucking come kick your ass. Where do you live? And it's like, dude, you want to fucking like drive all the way where the fuck you are here? I'm like, I'll meet you at the White Castle. I'm not gonna be dumb enough to give my home address. I'll meet you at the White Castle, something like that, and we'll fucking go, dude. I'll smash your fucking face. I don't care who you are, how big you are. Fuck you. He's threatening to just come here and attack me. But it's never been a problem after that. I'm just saying, but like I probably should just go out and like officially buy a firearm and go to shooting range. Like it's something that I would with what's happened now, El Gargoyle brother, it's time. Like the world's gone mad. It's gone mad, like I got like tear gas and mace for like my daughter and her mother. Like you always at least keep this shit because her mother is not the type to have firearms, but she does carry stuff like mace and stuff. But like with all the shit that's happened, dude, I really should just fucking finally just give it and get a piece. I'm cool now where like I'd be fine, having one. But when I was younger, I was pretty wild, man. I got in fights a lot, so adding a gun into the mix wouldn't have made things better, man. I got locked up for fighting, man, like fucking, more than once. I got fucking taken to I got fucking when I was like 16, I got mugshotted shirtless. I was at a party and I got in a fight with some prick who fucking was just, I don't know, some stupid fucking bullshit. And basically I broke the neighbor's mailbox by sending the guys to the mailbox. And the fucking neighbors called the cops on me for that and I had to go to court and fucking pay for their mailbox, and they dropped it. But like, it was so embarrassing. Like the cops wouldn't let me put my shirt on. You know what I mean? Like, it was I was wasted drunk, and it was just one dude. Like back in the day, that's you let's fucking go, because you don't want the guy to grab your shirt to choke you with it. So like when we played fair, we'd fucking take off our shirts, because if you're smart, that's what you do. Because I always they twist it on your neck, pull. So I was like, let's go, motherfucker. And I threw down, and we went out, outside of, the property bounds. And I'm just saying, I just got him with a good shot and just sent him to a mailbox, smashing down. And, yeah, fucking the cops, they're such dicks. They wouldn't let me, they drove me to the fucking police station with no shirt on. Like, I could have been a redneck on that show, Cops. And then, like, there's a mugshot of me somewhere, dude. Oh, God. Somewhere, of course, where me like 16 years old, no fucking shirt, fucking fingerprinted, and I'm like all hammered, drunk. I was wasted drunk, and I'm so pissed off. Like, you fucking assholes won't let me put on a shirt for the mugshot. Like, it's not bad enough I have to have a mugshot because I got in a brawl, and there was some property damage. But dude, Midlothian cops, dude, these are the same cops. They arrested me for curfew violation when I was 17. I was 1 year away from being 18, and they took me to the station. They mugshotted me because of curfew violation. That's what I'm saying, man. That's why there's a lot of crime around here. These cops are they're dicks out here, man.
Mm-hmm.
They get a lot of money, a lot of revenue. So that's the one thing. These mayors know that's what keeps the money machine rolling, is keeping the crime out. You know what I mean? They won't get reelected if there's too much crime. So it's the fucking taxes people pay out here, bro. It's insane. And I'm outside of, like I said, Cook County. Cook County, forget about it, dude. People are fleeing from there because not only is the city on fire, but like their tax, they can't pay for everything. These cops and firefighters, their pensions are gone. Their money's spent, dude. You know what I mean? Like, what are they gonna do, man? It's like the cops are the only thing keeping the politicians protected from us. You know what I mean? They're always guarding those assholes' houses, but it's like if they fucking don't give them the retirement money, they're not gonna have anybody show up for work.
They're gonna pay for them. They're gonna pay them more off duty until they can't pay them anymore.
But it's like eventually, if you just keep printing money, you know what I mean, and just raising the debt, it's like you can't go on forever. You know what I mean? You just we had this thing called the Great Depression once. You'd think we would have learned our lesson.
These people don't care. They want us to go like that because they think that, having provided housing and having a line of work where we're just placed in a position and this wealth distribution will be quote unquote fair. And it's like, no, you're literally just putting us into a fucking prison world.
Right. Yeah.
Watch an episode of 60 Days In. That's what you're basically putting us in.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, brother, for sure, man. I agree 100%. Yeah, what are you gonna fucking do?
I mean, it's just people who, these people just think, I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't get my way, so everybody else shouldn't get their way. Well, what if somebody chose to actually fucking dedicate their life to fucking operate a crane to make a damn skyscraper?
Right.
You gonna fucking climb on top of a skyscraper in the end and investigate and making sure it's fucking safe enough to swing everywhere? I think not.
Right. Yeah, absolutely, man.
I mean,
dude, it's been very. I'm sorry. You go ahead and finish.
No, I've fucking lost track of my tangent because I'm so high.
Yeah, well, dude, I'm doing pretty good there with you, man. Like I said, I just fired up when we hooked up here because, like I said, I'm glad, man. Dude, it's really good. It's good to talk to you, buddy. I had a shitty fight. I'm not gonna get into it because like we're doing a show, but yeah, I had some rough stuff, man. My best buddies from childhood, their grandpa just died. He's a really great man, and I remember when I was a kid, he was just really cool with me. Really sad, he just died yesterday, and I just, So that's gonna be really sad. I don't even know if they're gonna be a funeral because of the whole COVID thing. And I called my buddies. I still talk to them every once in a while. And I was like, dude, I'm so sorry for your loss, man. And I really, he was in. When I was a kid, I had trouble in my house, man. So like, you know what I mean? Their house is like a sanctuary for me. Like I would, ride my bike over there and like watch, movies over there, have sleepovers with my friends, and fucking swim in their pool there. And you know what I mean? It was really cool. I'd have fun over there. You know what I mean? And my father, you know what I mean? Like he was pretty pissed off a lot. And so it's like I wasn't at home a lot. I was just always out playing with my friends. You know what I mean? I was always out like just doing like fun shit. I was like just very normal American, fucking Midwestern boy type of youth, but like I had a crazy side. It was funny. There was a lot of characters around here, man. I really love the suburbs out here in Chicago, the South Side suburbs. I'm a total South, like yeah, I want to live in the Florida Keys, but like I have so many great people I've met and known out here. I'll always be flying back, and my family, So, but Vegas, dude, I'm telling you, brother, I would love to go out there and fucking, chill with you, just see the sights, and fucking we'll go out to the bar, have a beer, You fucking tell me what's cool. You ever come out here, I'll fucking show you some whatever you want to see. There's lots of fun shit out here. It's a good place to eat.
How close are you from Zion?
From Mount Zion, Illinois?
I guess wherever the band Local H is from.
I not that far. I think Zion's about an hour from here.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty sure. Basically, I mean, there's so many. I mean, you got you got tons of counties out here, and you got tons of towns. You know what I mean? It's like Chicago's huge, but yeah, even Chicago, you got areas of Chicago that are just named separately. Even though Chicago, it's like Evergreen Park. You know what I mean? But it's fucking Chicago, right? It's and so there's all these little factions, man. It's like Beverly. Beverly's it's the city of Chicago. It's in the city limits, but they call it Beverly. You know what I mean? So you lose track of shit. And then like Zion, dude, like I'm sure I've been there. Like I know, like I've been there, and I'm thinking it's about an hour, but I could be wrong. Dude, the thing about Illinois is it's such a flat state. There's not a lot of natural beauty here compared to a lot of other states, but there is some great. Lake Michigan is gorgeous. Chicago is a gorgeous city, man. It was. I mean, I haven't been there since all the crazy shit, but like there's, there's a lot of. I work downtown and a lot of great times. Like, a lot of cool places. Expensive downtown, but fun. And I don't know. I still like it better out here, just because. It's mellow out here, man. It's mellow and it's more fun out here. There's problems, don't get me wrong. Shit can go. There's crazy shit out here, but I'm just used to it. You know what I mean? Just like I lived in Wisconsin and it was cool, but I always missed here. Just because I have good memories here connected to it. Grew up here, but I've lived in Wisconsin too for a couple of years, and you can relate to that. But I've driven through most of the country. I've never been to New York. I didn't ever think I had any reason to, but like, yeah, man, like, maybe one day I'll go there for something. I met a chick on fucking Twitter, dude. This chick on Twitter, smoking hot. She fucking hit me up in my DMs, and I'm like, all right, she's gonna fucking ask me for money. This is gonna be this fucking money thing. But she actually like is she's like this rich New York, like posh, like fucking gorgeous hot chick, man. I'll just send you a pic, and she just started following me, and she got my DM. She's like, hello. And then she's like, I'm like so-and-so, and I'm single. And I'm like, she's acting like this is Tinder. And I'm like, she's to my DM. And I'm like, okay. But she wasn't like a stripper. She's like a business professional. She's like fitness, travel, finance, And she actually, she was like going to get in her. She's like in fucking, she's like in another country, whatever. She's from Manhattan, but she's like, her father passed away and she's getting an inheritance. So it's like, I'm like, all right, well, this chick definitely isn't asking for money because she's fucking like, getting an inheritance. And she, you know what I mean? Like, we're just friends, you know, we're cool. And I don't know, but it was like she made it out like, you know, she wanted to date me kind of, and I'm like, well, you're in fucking Manhattan, sweetie, you know, and she's like, well, I'm single, you're single, but like, you know, um shit, you know, she was just like, here's what my goals and aspirations are and blah blah blah. I'm like, that's cool. And I was just talking to just being friends with her. And then
Just make sure you don't have to sign anything for her about her inheritance or her deposit
well,
her inheritance in
this is
your
the problem, man, because
checking
it's
account.
like I know that there's so much shit on Twitter, right? So like, of course, like, it's gotta be a scam, but it's like, no, actually, I actually, she's not asking me to be in love with her. She, I mean, she just talked to me like a normal friend, okay? But she did like, and she did like let me know she was single, and you know what I mean. And the inheritance thing is not like a thing. It's like she's basically just like, I'm actually doing really good with it. You know what I mean? So that's if you're a catfisher, it's a bad move to say I just got a bunch of money in inheritance. Now I need money from you. That's a bad, dumb way of working. She's not done that.
Nah,
Cool,
not
but it's just
really.
weird that she asked me. She's like, "So are you single?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah." But I'm like, I'm kind of seeing people on apps. It was just weird though. You know what I mean? It was like, um, it just seemed like she just kind of she's a nice girl. She's a nice girl, and I checked her out. Like fucking, she's like does crypto and shit, and she's like a personal trainer. You know what I mean? Like I checked her out, man. She does like rehabilitation fitness, and I've seen like her fucking, you know, her fucking, you know, her profile and stuff. I can tell, dude. I come from a cop family, so I'm just saying, man. Yeah, I do get catfish at times, and I blow them out, but I just get chicks.
Oh,
Just,
not a catfish, a black widow.
yeah, Black Widow. My brother had one of those. Um, my brother dated. He called her Black Widow. My brother dated a chick who had this fucking ex husband who was like, he tried to cut my brother's fucking tires. He's
Holy
like,
shit.
no, sorry, no, he tried to cut my brother's brake lines. This
Oh
guy, because my
shit.
brother was banging it. My brother was like, my brother's met this broad, and she like left the guy, but he's like, you're fucking my wife, but like he beat her or something, whatever. And like, my brother Bernie was having a party, and she was there, and he showed up at the door, and he was like, I wanted to see you, or whatever her name was. And then my brother's like, no, I'm fucking her. Get the fuck out of here. So,
You said it like
and
that?
it's exactly how he said it. My brother, this is what I told you about, man. The one in the black, you know, they getting a lot of bro, and he like was very successful at a young age. He's working at the stock market. He's driving a Mazda, fucking was a Mazda RX-7 back in the '80s. You know, nice badass one, man. He had a Ninja 600 motorcycle, dude. You know what I mean? Like he's like that. He was he was that older popular brother you looked up to. You know, he's a lot of fun. But the point was is this guy cut my brother's brake lines because of that, because he knew he couldn't beat him, and plus my brother had a bunch of his friends, and my brother Mike was there. Like my two older brothers, they had each other's backs. They were 1 year apart. I come, you know, 10 years later, so it was just me, man. You know what I mean? Like they were hanging out with me in the playground all the time. I was by myself. So back to the story. Bernie fucking notices that fucking you know, the dumb fuck didn't know what he's doing, so like there was fluid leak, and he looks under there, and fucking the guy fucking cut the brake lines. So Bernie fucking, and the guy would like stalk, you know, my brother's fucking apartment, like he'd wait in the bushes to see if his ex-wife was coming and going. So after he tried to basically murder my fucking brother, my brother Mike and my brother Bernie and their buddy Bugsy, they go, okay, you guys put like they pretend like they were jogging, and they you know, they knew they could eventually show up in the bushes. Like he didn't think that they knew that he was watching the bushes, but they're in a high rise, so they're the high ground. So anyways, my brother like just walked out there, and then Bugsy and my brother Mike came around. So he just thought that they were joggers, and they went out the back of the apartment, and my brother came out there and put him in the hospital. And he never messed with my brother again after that. Just put it at that. He broke his kneecap. He fucking literally just kicked in his fucking kneecap. And Dude, the funniest thing is, man, is I love telling these stories because it's just the crazy shit, bro. Like my brother he's a great guy too. He's a nice man. Of course, this is when he was younger. We were all just wild as fucking kids, but like he's the kind of guy like my brother Mike, he'd take the guy down, right? And he'd be like, he'd just stop. My brother Bernie, dude, and somebody would fucking like do shit like that, then like cut his brake lines or try and hurt him. He wouldn't just beat him up. He'd like be spitting hawkers in their face. He's like, as he's pounding their fucking face and he's spitting loogies on him. He's like, "I'll fucking rip your mother's eyes out." Like, he was so vicious, dude. I was like, yeah. It's like watching a horror movie. But it was like, it had to be shit like that. It was always self-defense. But like, it was just, yeah, man, there's some wackos out here. But that was the whole point. They called that his girlfriend, we always called her the Black Widow because of that. Because her fucking husband pretty much, tried to kill my brother. My brother almost killed him back. So this bride was fucking deadly to be around. My brother dumped her shortly after, I'm sure. But like, yeah.
Fixing the brake shit had to cost him pretty penny.
Dude, you know what, man? He made crazy money. He got a seat. He got a seat on the exchange when he's 24. It was like almost unheard of. He was a caddy. Him and my brother Mike were caddies at the golf course in the Midlothian Country Club, and all the stockbrokers would fucking golf there, and they would be in the caddy shack playing cards and shit. And then they met this guy, Mr. Krupa, and they liked him, and he liked my brothers. They were cool. They caddied for him, and he got him a job as a runner down there. And my brother Bernie just took off, man. He saw he could make a lot of money, got a lot of hot chicks, and he lived in a nice fucking penthouse downtown, and he lived a life. My brother Bernie, he's done very well for himself, and we all came from nothing, brother. Like, both my brothers are, very well off right now. I'm not, but I was up there. I just had, I had a bad custody battle, and I had some health setbacks that I'm doing a lot better with now. But point being, just like, yeah, like we came from nothing. My brother Bernie, he really did, man. Like, he just like fucking, he crushed, man. Like, he didn't even go to college. Like, just out of high school, he started working at the stock market, and he just fucking he was really good with what he did, man. He knew his numbers, he knew how to trade, he knew how to bet. He was a gambler, so he was a good job for him because he knew how to gamble. Like, he's really good at fucking poker, all kinds of that shit. So yeah, man. It's pretty hard to, like when both your brothers, you come from nothing. When both your two brothers, just off their own bootstraps, become like, dude, like very successful like that. It's like, hey man, I'm selling cars. I'm making maybe $1,000 a week. That to me was huge. That was fine, but it's like I'm almost like looked down as a pauper. Oh, he only made $1,000 this week. Poor Sean. Jesus, like, dude, I don't need to live crazy, stuff, but this is before my daughter, because I'm saying like, but when I was selling cars, it wasn't always $1,000 a week. Like, dude, one summer selling cars, dude, I made $10,000 in like fucking 2 months, So it was, and I had a company car. I mean, I like selling cars. I worked at the exchanges too. I tried it out, but it wasn't for me. I was a phone clerk, and I was a runner and a trade checker for my brother in the pit. And I like had to learn arbitrage and all that shit. I used to do all those signals and shit to people, buying and selling. Fucking, but the car business I love, bro, because like fucking, I actually thought about going. Dude, I heard like there was a show called King of Cars about. Have you ever seen that show? About a dealer in Vegas. He has like one of the largest dealerships in America, and it's in Vegas, and it was just a reality show about his dealership, but. Anyways, working at a car dealership, dude, like, you're in an air-conditioned office, right? You have all kinds of cool cars outside, sports cars, right? We had motorcycles, we do everything through there. And they give you lunch on Saturdays, you get your computer. In the morning, nobody comes in there usually in the morning. So you go in there from 9 to 5, and you just fuck off time. You're having fun with your buddies, laughing, your coworkers, usually everybody's cool there. You're getting paid commissions. You're a subcontractor. So it's not like, okay, if you're not here at 9 o'clock, you don't punch in on a clock. So it's an office job, but you don't punch in. You just go in there, you get in your fucking desk, you go through your client list, you make your phone calls and stuff, and then when they're called your ups. When your customers come in, you just take care of them. You walk through a lot, and all you do is sit and take them for a test drive. and then the porters have to clean the car and shit. So, dude, it's really you're just like bullshit with people, and the negotiating part. Like I was a good salesman, because I'm very personable in person with people. I got good at it. My family is I come from a family salesman. There's a my father was a salesman. My brother Mike's a salesman. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Did I lose you?
One of the best bosses I've ever had. But like, dude, the fact that they just gave me a demo, dude, it was like, dude, I paid $30 a week, and I'd have like a brand new like fucking $30,000 car. Like, I'd take any car I want off the lot. I'd take like a '95 Mustang convertible GT. I had a fucking Mercedes, dude. Like, seriously, I've driven every fucking car in the world, and it was cool. It was just $30 a week, and I didn't have to pay for any city stickers. I didn't have to fucking pay for any kind of maintenance, any kind of every 3,000 miles they take in my demo, and they would sell that on the floor, and they hand me keys to a new one, start fresh again with 0 miles. Fucking great perk. But then they started cracking down on it, man, and that really sucked. I had to go buy my own car because they didn't like us fucking scummy car salesmen fucking like not having to pay for like fucking city stickers and shit, But when you give a car salesman a demo, that's free advertising for your company because you drive around with the fucking addendum on the window, right? So when I drove my demo, it had my dealership, it had the price of everything on there. So I'm just driving a demo car. I got dealer plates, and fucking I'm advertising Terry's, Hyundai in Tinley Park, on the side of my window whenever I'm driving around, going to clubs and cool shit. And I sold a lot of cars that way too. They're like, oh, that's cool. That's a Sonata. I'm like, yeah. Like, how is it? I'm like, well, it's good. I'm like, it's a 6-cylinder. You know what I mean? It's good. The Elantra, is their 4-cylinder. It's better on gas, but the Sonata's a good pickup and more room. And shit, that person come in and dude, I didn't gang people. Like, I didn't like screw people over. Like I gave him an honest deal, but you talk about like a $30,000 purchase, dude. It's like for me to make something, a mini deal was like $125, right? And people think like, oh shit, just for that one thing, it'd be $125, right? But sometimes you sell 3 cars in one day, you know what I mean? And but sometimes you can go a week without selling a car, you know what I mean? So it's not when people find out how much you make, like, oh, $125, they give you $125, right? Minimum. Whatever you sold the car for, you at least make $125, right? You can make like $1,000, right, on one deal. But what I'm saying is they also had this thing called spins, where Hyundai, the company Hyundai, I work for like Chevy and all, but Hyundai, like, we give you $75 just to incentivize you too. So the dealer would pay you your $125 minimum. And here's the thing: on new cars, you don't make money. It's very hard to. But on used cars, where you crush. I mean, dude, I made like $1,000. It's pretty cool. Somebody walks in, you take them for a test drive. You're pretty cool with them. You sit down, they tell you they want this price. You tell them, sorry, we can't do that, but here's the price I'll do. They're like, no. Then you get the manager. The manager just pretty much, I could close myself, but what I'm saying is, like, even if they're being really stubborn, the manager will always get it done if you can't get it done. So, you're working together. You have a manager that's actually helping you out. And then the dude, you're like, all right, deal. And you shake hands, right? And then the guy goes in the finance office. You hand the keys to the porter. You're like, all right, get it ready. You sit there, you have a fucking Pepsi, you go and sit there and you play your Fruit Ninja, whatever. And you just made $1,000, bro. It's fucking great, And then they bring you brunch because it's Saturday. Like, you don't pay for it. Like, we'd have a buffet. They don't want you to leave, right? Because Saturday is the money day, so that's the cool thing about it. I don't know, am I boring you with this?
No.
I'm
you
just
see
saying,
what I'm doing, that's why I put the screen up.
yeah,
So
let's just say, I know, like,
drawing and listening.
I don't want to be. I hope I'm not disturbing you too. I'm
You're not
actually.
disturbing me.
I'm just saying, like, that's what I know that's what I've done the most. I worked a million different jobs, but I was and I am a very successful car salesman. But right now, because of COVID, bro, forget about it, man. Nobody's buying fucking cars. It's a dead market. So I'm just scraping by. But that's that's all right. It's like, because I got it, I got a daughter, you know what I mean? And I got the health cost and I got bills, but like, fucking, I'm blessed, dude. And I'm gonna get, dude, I'm staying positive, man. Like, I'm just waiting for this shutdown shit to let up. You know what I mean? Like, I want to go back to selling cars, but like my nephew right now, like, dude, the last dealership I was at that sold cars, all the shit that's going on, fucking, they couldn't pay their lot fees, right? And fucking they like went out of business. Like, dude, you know what I mean? Like a dealership needs to pump out every month. They need to make that fucking, that fucking thing. And the COVID thing, dude, like shit. You know what I'm saying? People are afraid to go outside. So they're not gonna go fucking looking for cars. Now, if it breaks down, yeah, people are always gonna need cars, right? Because like if your car breaks down, you gotta have a car. But if it's something like this going on, dude, it's dead. And then here's the thing, dude, like you got 12 salesmen when things are normal, fine. But when this shit happens, now you got like 1/3 of the people coming in that normally would, and you got 12 guys trying to get that pie. It gets fucking horrible, man. People start getting. I've seen guys getting fistfights over that shit. So it's a great job, man. But when the economy's like this, I've never seen it like this, man. It's like you're better off just fucking going and like what I'm doing now. I got maintenance skills and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I can do drywall, I can paint. I do whatever I got to do, man. I fucking do whatever I gotta fucking do. But my plan is I want to write, and I want to and I got this thing too of just going to Key West, Florida, and being a scuba instructor and fixing air conditioners, laying on the beach, having a brewski with some babes. That's my dream. You gotta have a dream, brother. And I don't know. Like I like to write, and I do like comedy. I like to write sketch comedy. And I already got offered. I got offered a gig doing sketch comedy for Eargasm Comedy, and they got like a YouTube channel. There's like they're a very small comedy operation out of Ohio, but they're really cool guys, and they thought I was funny, and they said, like we don't pay anything, but like if you want to, we're hiring, sketch comedy writers on Facebook, and we like your stuff, come on down. Just go on there and we'll hook you up. And I was very flattered, man. And here's the thing: it's like if I write a sketch for them and it hits and it's funny and it goes viral, well, then that would that's a good thing. And just for me being able to put on there sketch writer for dude, there's a bunch of stand-up comedians that work for them, right? Or they do sketch comedy there. And they do pay somebody the comedians on there, like they have a contest. They'll pay them like $600. They'll have like 5 people do virtual comedy right now because it's virtual. And then they'll give like whatever the audience decides is the funniest comedian. They'll give them like a couple $100. So I met some really cool comedians on there. So I got like a lot of cool comic book friends like you. And then in the comedy world, I'm making some connections. It's really cool. And they offered me the gig, be a sketch writer. But like, okay, then I could put on my Twitter handle like Kung Fu, sketch writer for Eargasm Comedy Showcase. And then there's a lot of money to be made in writing comedy. You know what I mean? Like look at the Netflix specials and all that shit, right? There's a lot of shit that goes into that. And if you just have on your, if the people that do pay big money, if they come across you like on Twitter or on, on any of the other social media, and they see that you are an active writer and they need one, they'll offer you some good money. Like I know a guy that's my roommate's cousin. He moved out to California to be a sketch comedy writer, and he's making bank right now, dude. I mean, this place offered me a gig. It's just a starting thing. Like when you go to work in show business, like they have those apprenticeships, you don't make anything. Like on like the Conan O'Brien show, they like those, you become the apprentice. But once they're done with their interns, right? But once they're done, then they make really good money. So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, dude, like, it's cool. I would love to do behind the scenes stuff, man. I want to write, and I'm going to keep going for that. And in the meantime, yeah, I hope this shit, we get back to somewhat normal. You know what I mean? Like, it can't last forever, right? It's like, it can't last forever, dude. It's almost been a year. It was supposed to be 4 weeks, remember?
Mm-hmm.
2 to 4 weeks.
It's not going to be over with, even if Joe Biden gets electoral college, he runs the country, it's not going to be over. And they're planning on, and from what the news is going on, fucking Joe Biden wants to do Tuskegee 2.0.
Well, dude, I just saw a news thing like tonight. It said breaking news, shocking. They said that they thought it was like over for Trump, over, but then they sent their own delegates, and basically they said like no, like constitutionally there's precedents. This happened before that he actually did win in like Pennsylvania and like the and Wisconsin. So like he had a major like, dude. There's gonna be shitstorm today probably. I was like, dude, the liberals are gonna be going nuts because that's the thing. They were expected to show up and totally vote for Biden. That's the way it was totally looking, and they flipped and they fucking all said, no, this is wrong. And that basically like yeah, the it's a very complicated thing, but like the electors or the electoral college is going for fucking Trump, even though you know what I mean. So that was a huge fucking Hail Mary that fucking Trump got by them doing that. So it's not over yet, man. It's not over. When the Supreme Court shut him down, which was crazy, he gets fucking 2 people on the Supreme Court. I want to find out, did Kavanaugh or Coney Barrett vote against him? Because I know Kavanaugh did on the last thing. Like, what a piece of shit. Trump hires these fuckers and they stab him in the back, man. But like, yeah, I know a judge is supposed to be impartial, but come on, he's like saying, just please, I've been cheated here. Can you just look at the case, look at the evidence, and make a decision? And for them to say we won't even look at the evidence, then you're not a judge. Yeah. You're a psychopath. I don't know what you are, but you're not a judge. That's what a judge does. A judge is supposed to look at the evidence and make a decision. And for them to say our decision is to not make a decision, our decision is just to not look at it. We're not even going to see it. We don't want to hear it. That's, you know something, dude. I'll tell you this. There's nothing in the Constitution about Supreme Court. Our founding fathers, they never wanted to be Supreme Court. You know what I mean? Like, that shit came later, bro. They didn't want that because they knew about how they could be corruption. They wanted a division of powers. That's why we have the Electoral College. Gridlock is good. You know what I mean? In a republic, it's not just a numbers rule. It's not mob rule. So all this shit with him fucking with the fraud that's going on, man. And you know, we should be careful talking about because YouTube, because you know, I'm on your thing here, man, and YouTube is fucking striking people just for talking about this shit, you know.
I don't even care anymore.
Good, because they don't need it, brother, man. I'm so sick of it, man. Fuck them. You know, I always be able to watch their. I go to YouTube for my fucking videos, not to deal with YouTube. I fucking hate dealing. You know, who the fuck are they? You know, it's like stay on my way. You know what I mean? It's like imagine going to McDonald's and you're trying to eat your fucking Big Mac. And like the fucking clown is sitting there going, hey, by the way, you know, global warming is gonna kill you. Like, hey, asshole, you're making money out. I just bought your burger. Get the fuck out of my face, right? By me being on YouTube and listening to their fucking advertisements against my will, they're making tons of money. So for them to fucking be censoring with me, picking with my food, like Ronald McDonald, you know, like just imagine that scenario. You're at McDonald's and you know they have fucking like the manager come out. The owner of the fucking McDonald's chain comes out. Hey, Gargoyle, let me tell you something. I'm so glad you like this Big Mac. By the way, you're not allowed to eat this or that because we don't think it's safe. Okay? There's other people eating here. You'd be like, fuck you. Who do you think you are, man? I'm the customer. No, not YouTube. They're like, we own your ass. You're eating our burgers or it's nothing. There's no other burger place in town. There's just us. And it's kind of true. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, I've tried Vimeo. It's not as good. You know what I mean? Like BitChute. I'm glad they're there, but like I tried signing for Vimeo and it was like cannot like fucking sign you up right now, having error data problems. I was like, yeah, I just and I couldn't get like sides, you know, like normal like flip screen like I can on YouTube. Just YouTube is just they're assholes that run it, but it is like the most convenient one to use, you know what I mean? Well, it was. Just you remember YouTube before fucking, you know, Bezos bought it and remember that shit when it was like the Wild West? It was free, it was crazy, people would do all kinds of crazy, you could say anything.
Yep, I remember the notorious bestiality video that I thought was an urban myth.
Dude, I didn't hear about that one. What was that one?
Oh, there was
the subject
I
matter.
thought it was an urban myth because I'd never seen it myself until I've actually watched the actual documentary about it.
There was a documentary about a bestiality video?
Anyways, there's bestiality culture that likes to have sex with animals. This guy videotaped himself in a dress, getting fucked in the ass by a horse, or a horse or bull or something.
Yeah,
Anyways, his dick was
I-
so big that, of course, couldn't take it in his asshole, and his entire intestines just came out of his asshole.
oh,
And it was all on video, and it was all on the internet.
and they played it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, shit, dude! I remember the first time like when 9/11 happened, and they showed that Daniel Pearl beheading. I was working at the car dealership, and this asshole fucking employee of mine was like, "Hey, dude, look at this." And I cornered and I saw them sawing his head. I'm like, dude, I don't want to fucking see that, man. I fucking hate that shit, man. It's like torture porn. It's gross. It's a human being that has his head cut off. And like you said, he wasn't, this is an innocent guy. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, if it's a fucking pedo, kill his ass. But like, dude, I can't stand it. And when you talk about that kind of shit, that's like rotten.com, man. Like just nasty shit.
I haven't heard that website in a long time, Rotten.
Yeah, but dude, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I really, I just remember like when I was at the dealerships, we were fucking around all day in the computers because like in the mornings it was usually dead. You know what I mean? When people got off of work around 4 or 5, that's when you start making your money. That's when people start coming in a lot. So, but you got to be there at 9 o'clock because somebody might come in. Some people do, but a lot of them are there for service during the day. Point being is that you got a lot of time to fuck off on your computer. So like you get bored and like everybody tries to outdo each other. Like, hey, look at this crazy shit, but you get to that kind of shit like rotten.com. It's like no. It's okay. So yeah, I've heard about the bestiality shit. I mean, donkey shows are bestiality. I don't know why dudes think it. I think it's disgusting. I don't know why dudes think it's hard for a chick to be fucked by a donkey. It's like that is.
I don't know if it's because it's hot or it's a way for them to degrade them.
Well, yeah, it's definitely from the degrade them, and it can't be hot. It's horrific. It's so unnaturally horrific, dude. It's like, it's terrible, man. It's like, dude, it's first off, that's in the Bible, man. It's in the Bible, like that's an abomination. Like fucking, like they're like like animals are to be like I'm just saying it says like not to abuse animals in the Bible in any kind of way. It's like you need to be a good shepherd. You know what I'm saying? And you do not harm animals. You do not like strike your animals. You treat them with love. There is a thing in the Bible about, being, good to your animal. Of course, God's not going to tell you like fucking, yeah, give my fucking beautiful creations a good kick. The things that I gave that are sustaining your life, of course you say, respect, my blessings, right? So whatever, dude, fucking donkey shows. I don't get it. Oh, the whole thing about going to Tijuana. And yeah, man, I don't know. People are into freaky shit, man. It's like, yeah, it's funny, dude. I always love how I always hear about some new crazy disgusting sex thing. It's like, boy, at 46 years old, I finally heard.
Is it new? The pagans were practicing it.
Exactly, it's been around forever, but with technology now, and there's you're right, man. But I mean, but like now we're gonna start having like android sex. Like we're going into weird places, dude.
Oh, there's a brothel here where you can have sex with used love dolls.
Yeah, right. There you go. But like, think about like how good the robots are already starting to get, right? How lifelike they're starting to look. Imagine like how fast it's gonna progress, dude. I'm telling you, within like 40 years, there will be like cyborg robot women, and then that's how they're gonna end the population, because nobody's gonna have kids. If guys can just have like 5 cyborg babes to just,
Oh, did you see that suck off machine I showed? Oh, you haven't seen this.
It sounds so bad, right? It's like, that's like, oh, it's terrible. Like, no, people still be in love.
Hang on. Yeah. I'll show you something that will just fucking
yeah,
blow your mind.
Fire it up.
Let's see.
Fire it up.
Get. That's it. That's a cop.
Wow. Whew. And who is this you're showing me? Is this your stuff?
Yeah, I'm going to show you the suck off machine that they have in Japan. This is a
of course
they designed this machine, It swallows your cum because apparently men
Nice.
are too embarrassed bumping elbows while they're jerking off into a cup, so they feel more comfortable with the machine blowing them.
Well, man. See, that's the thing with people fucking machines. That's the better way to go because nothing's gonna hurt there. If you're gonna be a freak, if you're gonna be a freaky deek, do it to a fucking machine. It's not a living
Check this
thing.
out.
Okay, so wait a minute here, let me see. So that thing is first off, let me just say something. That thing looks very high. I know in Japan most men are like 5'1". So that thing like it's like gonna punch him in the stomach. That's insane though, dude. So what do? They put their schlong in there?
Yep. And it sucks them off.
Dude, that wouldn't. Any guy who's had the real thing from a woman would know that that's not. I mean, hey, listen. I guess it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more fun, maybe, if you than just doing it to yourself, jerking yourself off. But it's like, dude, nothing like that is comparable to a woman giving you head, bro. A fucking woman giving you head is just. Don't get me wrong. I'm impressed by that. They're making a good effort, but I still feel like I'm sticking my dick in a carnival ride right there. That's what I would feel like. I feel like I'd be humping the zipper at the fucking amusement park. Jesus, dude.
Well, I'm kind of scared to stick my penis in there because what if it malfunctions?
That's a great point. Well, yeah. Or what if there's electrical fire?
Well, first of all, this machine's also designed to swallow your cum. So,
well, yeah, there's like a vacuum thing in there, right? I mean,
yeah,
like,
there's a vacuum thing inside it. So,
right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if I keep getting my heart broken by these babes, maybe I'll give it a shot. I'm just kidding.
Hey,
but
maybe they'll give you a discount. The Asians will give you a discount if they send it to you. And you
I have my sister-in-law and my niece and nephew are Chinese. I got a total Asian card now. It's cool. Dude, I've always loved Asian. I'm called Kung Fu, man. Bruce Lee's my fucking hero. I mean, I'm a Irish. I'm Irish, Scottish. I always thought I was just Irish and German, but I just found out I'm actually Irish and Scottish as well. So I'm Irish, German, Scottish, just to say. But like now I have Chinese nieces and nephews, and so I got Chinese family. And I would love to go to China and see like my in-law my sister-in-law, her family over there. It'd be cool to meet them. Her father, I really respect her and her grandparents. My brother's wife, she's a really very nice, very sweet woman, but her father was a police officer in China, and they're at the point where the communists were like, if you want to move up, you gotta like really be part of the Communist Party now in the police force. He got an offer to be promoted. And that's when Tiananmen Square happened. And when he saw them run over the fucking people with the tanks and shit, what they did, he fucking took his wife and his one daughter, because the one child policy over there, and he fucking came to America, started up like a grocery store in like Koreatown, even though it was like Chinese. And made a nice life for themselves. And then so she came here when she was 12 years old, but they were born and raised in China. They spent their whole lives in China, right? And then they brought her over here. But like, that's what I love about them. They hate commies because they fucking lived under communism. So when people try and tell me like, hey man, like fucking, yeah, like I get it. Like, it's like I get it, man. Healthcare is fucked up. It needs to be fixed, man. You don't want fucking communist healthcare. You do not. And they're like, it wouldn't be communist healthcare. It's like, yeah, that's what the Chinese thought too, man. Everybody thinks that, but
it is communist healthcare. I mean, if you're making, if people are paying $50 and they're getting X, Y, and Z, and now you're giving it away for free, and now they got to pay $150 for A, B, and C.
Yeah, well, here, what the big thing is they say, well, look at England and Europe, right? They're not communists, right? And they have free healthcare, and it's true, they do have a good system over there, but they don't have the population we do. You know what I mean? And their quality healthcare is still not as good. Like, if you got money here, we do have the best health care in the world. People fly in from fucking Europe to get treatment, so they, you know what I mean. But on some stuff, people fly there too. I don't know, man. It's fucked up. But anyways, I only brought up because say Sweden has the best deal. I think Sweden, they just have a social safety net. Okay, so basically, I think that's a solution, right? Like you can't have what's going on now because like paying $10,000 for an aspirin at a hospital is insane. That's not capitalism. That's price gouging, right?
Once again, Sweden is a smaller country and it's moderately white.
Right.
It's kind of
But
hard.
what they do is it's like this is the best way I think America could solve it, right? It's like the government's not going to run it, but we're going to have a social safety net, right? So like we're going to take care of the elderly, you know what I mean? We're going to take care of, you don't pay a dime, but you do pay in your taxes. But the difference is a company gets 1 year contract and they don't get like unlimited contracts. You know what I mean? It's like, so they have to do the best job, give you the best quality care. You know what I mean? They'll get paid, but they can't, if they only get 1 year. And if they fucking don't do a great job, they don't get it renewed the next year. So that way they're going to bust their ass for you and fucking, if they try sliming you or cutting costs, I mean, like it's got like you can't fucking give our politicians a dime. You can't. Lobbying's got to end, dude. That's it. Lobbying's got to end. When our politicians are forced to have the same health care we do, it'll get better. Then I can tell you that. I can guarantee you that.
Well, the biggest problem about health insurance is they're stuck behind state lines.
Well, and it's also the lawsuits, right? The lawyers, right? Fucking suing for everything. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's warranted, but not. I mean, come on. The lawyers are killing this country, dude. I know, dude. I shell out $30,000 in a custody battle. My child was kidnapped from me, and I had to pay $30,000 for the privilege of having my daughter return to me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, when I moved from California to Las Vegas, I had better health insurance, believe it or not.
Dude, well, it's good now. That's the thing, man. It's like what I'm saying is, for me personally, like because I'm right now I'm getting by, but just barely. I make enough where I qualify for like fucking Medicaid, really. I mean, so like I don't have to pay for my medications right now. But if I started making just because my this whole thing, all the shutdown, I can't fucking do what I normally do, So I'm just doing like some cash stuff here and there. So I qualify for like, it's just, like they'll cover my medications out here. You know what I mean? But like if I started like fucking flipping burgers at McDonald's, too much, or making like working 2 jobs and making like say $500 each, like okay, like you don't qualify for this anymore. So that's why I have to work some cash jobs. You know what I mean? Like it's not your fucking business when I'm making it. I can't afford your health care. You gotta give it to me. So I'm just saying there's ways to do it. And like dude, fuck it, man. Yeah, that's like no, it's tight for me right now, bro. I mean, when you're a father, it's never enough money, dude. You know what I mean? Like when I was making, $60,000 a year selling cars, dude. You know what I mean? It's like fucking. You got a kid, man. All those bills and daycare and all that shit, man. It just never ends. You know what I mean? And it's never enough money. But that's the thing, man. It's like if you're gonna wait to have a kid when you have enough money to have a kid, you're never gonna have a kid. You know what I mean? It's like when you want to have a kid, just have one when you want to have one, man. And you will find a way. You know what I mean? I'm not speaking to you like I'm talking as if people are listening. I guess other people, but I'm just saying like. I was working my whole life and paying into the healthcare system and I never used it, right? And then I did get screwed. I had some health problems. I just had some health issues, man. Just nothing. Just fucked up shit. I got really stressed out, man. I had high blood pressure. You know what I mean? I was super stressed. Shit like that. Blood pressure medications. I have to go to the doctor, but I had some foot issues where it was like really hard to walk for almost 3 years, man. I mean, I really got taken out, man, like pretty hard. But I was able to, finally, with the doctor's help, like get back on my feet. And I've been working really hard at it, man. I've been exercising and, just fucking trying to get my shit straight. It's been going good, man. I changed my diet and I lost weight. And Like, it's keep me away from the doctors. But like, dude, it sucks. It's like, dude, let's talk about like fucking dentistry, right? Like, why is fucking like dentistry so fucking expensive? Why is it not part of your regular healthcare? I love that too. You got to go to like a doctor's a doctor, a dentist is a fucking doctor, and they consider teeth like a vanity project. Like, dude, I know so many people, right? It's like, um, fucking, they can't afford the dentist. I mean, if they don't have insurance, right? But like, you need your teeth to fucking eat, so that's fucking cruel, man. You know what I mean? It's like, how can that not be considered an essential fucking thing? Oh, well, you can eat the sandwich with your gums, right? So we're not gonna pay for that. Like, fuck you, man. You know. I'm just saying, dude, I hate when I go to the dentist, dude. The bill is insane, dude. You know what I mean? It's like you've been to the dentist. It's fucking crazy what they charge. You know what I mean? It's like hey,
I don't think
they're acting like it's brain surgery. What's that?
I don't think I've been to a dentist in 20 years.
Right, but well, you know that they're fucking. It's ridiculous, right? And you know they're rip off, right? It's like it's crazy. You get a toothache. I mean, yeah, dude. I've had to go down. I've had like I had 4 impacted molars, dude. It's fucking hell. It fucking was hell. It hurt like motherfucker. I was in such agony, man. And
my wife just had her wisdom teeth removed. That was a weird one.
Right, and that's really common. But that's the thing, they're like, okay, this is a surgery. We're cutting in your flesh and removing things. So they're acting like it's brain surgery. It's nothing, man, for them. It's just
it's common, but it's uncommon for a 4-year-old woman to get her wisdom teeth pulled.
No, I'm talking about the prices they're charging. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, of course, yeah, it's horrible, dude. My brothers had their wisdom teeth pulled. I didn't have mine pulled, but I can tell you, 4 impacted molars is no fun either, bro. Those are the ones that are locked in, so they have to cut those fuckers out. Yeah, I had to have Cracker Jacks. Like, I had to like go to the Stroger downtown, man. Like, because I was scared to have it done out here. The county hospital in Stroger, Chicago, they have better doctors because they see so much fucking violence in the city. They're good at stitching and cutting. Some of these lazy boys out here, like they're not as good. You get like these fucking suburban mall dentists. You don't want to fucking around with them. So you go to like Stroger Hospital. They call them Cracker Jacks. They got so much practice at it because there's so many people in the city. You know what I mean? Any rate, but like I'm just saying, man. Like fucking, we're just talking about health insurance, and it's insane, man. That like people fought so hard to like at least fix it. It's like, okay, I get it. You don't want to have socialized medicine. But fix it. In the 1950s, it was very inexpensive to go to the doctor. You know what I mean? It was very inexpensive to fucking have these fucking type of things. And then they're like, it's the profit motive. Actually, it started with Nixon, dude. Nixon like was convinced by Kissinger to do that shit. And there's like, you can hear it on the phone tapes. He's like, Nixon was against it. And they're like, oh no, it's capitalism. It's a profit motive. He's like, oh, the profit motive. Well, that's us. Yeah. And then like, remember how cheap, the cars were in the 50s and everything was cheap. Remember when the inflation that happened in the 60s and the 70s? Richard Nixon, man, there was nothing conservative about that fucking guy at all, man. Fucking torched. He torched like, we just come off World War II. We kicked ass. We saved the world, right? World War II. We have all the factories. So the rest of the world is in ashes, right? Like we didn't get hit at all, except for Pearl Harbor. So we got all the factories here, right? Like there's just a lot of fucking like new businesses, pizza shops. America was booming in the 50s, bro. And then fucking everything was cheap. You know what I mean? Like it was like a fucking soda pop was a fucking nickel, dude. It's insane. You know what I mean? Like if you made like a $50 in a week, you could buy all kinds of shit with that $50. Today you get, a DVD with it, maybe whatever, take your pick. So yeah, man, that's the thing. It's like we've had a lot of conservative presidents that have, this is why I'm not a fucking Republican, man, because it's like I've seen Republican presidents fuck shit up. I don't like either one of the parties, but with Trump, dude, he's an outsider, and I like an outsider, shaking up the system that's corrupt. They're like, he's corrupt. Well, that's what I want to tell these asshole fucking people that have Trump derangement syndrome. It's like, well, you know what? Washington's corrupt. So you got a corrupt guy messing with corrupt people. Why are you so freaked out, right? It's like when he's gone, there's still gonna be corrupt people there anyways. So, oh gee, now you got corrupt people fighting with each other. Good.
Oh,
It's
white
good
power.
that they're
Go
fighting
by.
with each other, instead of us, right? That's how it should be. But they just get everybody in hysteria about it. It's like, dude, what are these people gonna do? They made their whole life, dude. They made their whole life. I've seen it, man. I have a lot of conservatives in my family, and I have a lot of like more liberal people in my family too, man. I have a very mixed bag because I have a large family, and it's all they fucking want to talk about drives me nuts. It's just like fuck, man. Just like how could you obsess over somebody? Like, dude, I really fucking didn't like Hillary Clinton. I didn't like George Bush. I didn't like Obama, but I didn't sit there every day and go, "Rawr," you know, My, resist. Because, well, I mean, fuck, I got, bigger issues.
I'll
Don't
be
get me
honest.
wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I hated the shit they were doing, but it's like, what am I going to do about it? I'm just one man. If the country's not ready to say fuck this, if people are going to keep electing these two party fucking lobbied fucking pieces of shit that keep fucking us over more and more, and then they're getting richer and richer and laughing and taking bribes called lobbying, why the fuck am I going to care about them anymore? You know what I mean? It's like I don't, man. But with Trump, I was like, all right, this guy at least the fact that he fucking shook up the fat cat so much, like the media, especially the asshole media, the way that fucking he was like telling them off. Yeah, dude, they need to be told off. They think they're shit. Those things. Dude, politicians, you're not supposed to kiss their ass. And these people are like, I love Biden. Or even the ones like Alex Trump, it's like they're there to serve you. They're supposed to say, listen, I'm here to work for you and be humble and just fucking be a public servant, man. They're not supposed to be celebrity rock stars. It's like if you're just famous, you're worship now. It's the same way if you're a fucking Kardashian, you're fucking worship. It doesn't matter, like what type of person you are. You can be like, I'm just saying, man. It's like I don't like people that are vain, and like there's a ton of that, like these bubble-headed bimbos in fucking Hollywood, and like, all these little girls look up to him, man. It's like it's sad, but that's the way the world is. But politicians, man, like, no, they're supposed to be like, thank you so much for giving me this honor to serve my country and to, make it a better place for all of us. That's how it should be. But instead, it's like, listen, I'm gonna take the guns, or you know what I mean? They're fucking like, nobody's gonna be smoking weed in my state. It's like they talk to you like you're a kid. So I'm just like, I'm out, dude. You go ahead and you fucking freak out about that shit, but I'm out. I'm gonna go fucking watch the original 3 Star Wars movies that I liked. you know, I'll play some fucking video games, whatever. I'll listen to some good music. I'm done with this fucking circus. It's ridiculous. You can't make sense of any of it. The more you just try and fucking hide in your little fucking space to get away from it, the more they try and enter and barge in. You know what I mean? They got listening devices and the fucking. You mean like the Alexa and Siri in your home? These idiots are installing this shit. It's like there's no more privacy, man. You know what I mean? And now we're literally at the point where they're like, hey, if you want to fly in this airplane, we're gonna have to stick with this needle. Like that's how crazy. They won't even let you just like not be stick by needles to be injected with pharmaceuticals. That's where we're at. Dude, I'm not me. I'm not fucking getting. No, there's no way anybody is. It's not gonna happen to me, dude. Like fucking, I'm not taking that fucking shot. That's where the fucking line is drawn with me, brother. No, and I'm not bullshit, dude. Like I don't fucking care. I'm not being. If people want to take it, God bless them. I'm all about individual freedom. They want to feel safe. They want to trust the pharmaceutical companies because they haven't
Don't
killed people.
worry, you won't get the medicine first. It's already been confirmed. It's all the black folk and the lower income. We're gonna get it first.
Well, that's fine, and that's good, actually. Good for them, but it's like when they say get it, meaning optional, because because if they try and make me get it with against my will, they're gonna get it until they take it's like, I'm not gonna get on a fucking dude in what is it, New Zealand, they're literally trying to make COVID camps, so they're gonna force people to go. We're literally at the stage now where they're fucking having camps built, detention camps built for insolent citizens in the name of the public good. We're right back in fucking World War II Nazi Germany. That's so funny. It's like they're calling us Nazis, but the scary thing is, and it's true, they're acting like Nazis. They want the government to come in and march people away that are dissidents to how they think things should be. They are not for freedom, and it's insane that they trust these. I just love that, man. That like these corporations that like pollute and just piss all over the planet are like, you know, watch your carbon footprint. Brought
That's
to you
my
by Sunshine Inc. You know,
my concern of why are only the black folk going to get the first batch of the COVID cure?
oh, you want to hear
So-
something, dude? Have you ever heard of Jamie Deluxe?
No.
Oh, dude, oh god, bro, check him out. Jamie Deluxe is on YouTube. He is the best. I call him a punk rock journalist. He does like the best, and he does these videos like you know ABS is like the short 10-minute videos. He does videos where he exposed all like the pedos in Hollywood shit, right? Like he does these very, and he's just very he's very smart with his research. He does it. He leaves links, and he shows you everything just how it is. You know what I mean? He almost doesn't. He's just a cool dude, man. He's exposed a lot of stuff. You gotta watch his videos, and dude. I'm telling you, once you watch this guy's videos, you'll be hooked on his shit. This guy is. I don't know if he's still allowed on YouTube. This guy talks about shit that nobody else is talking about, and it'll blow your mind, man. Like it's the kind of shit you'd be like, oh, they shut me down in 10 seconds. But Epstein, he did like all these videos of Epstein, and he was talking about all kinds of shit that anything that the media suppresses, he literally on his 10-minute videos like, okay, the media didn't show you this, but here's this video. That's how cool he is, dude. And a lot of it's about taking on the pedos, but it's also about the vaccine stuff now. And that's what I was gonna say. He had a scientist on there. He was showing an interview where they said there's gonna be white fucking okay, there's aborted fetal cells in the vaccine, right? Why the fuck do you need aborted fetal cells in a vaccine? But here's the thing, it's aborted white Caucasian males, right? Now think about that. Now if you and I get shot with the genetics of white Caucasian males in us, well, we're white Caucasian males, it's not gonna hurt us as much as maybe it might. If it's gonna fuck something up, you put that into a black person. You know what I mean? It might screw with their system. You know what I'm saying? So it's very odd. Like, why do they choose fetal cells only from a white male, and then they're going to give it to people not of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, to fuck with their immune system, dude. Like, okay, like we've all like evolved separately at separate continents, so we all probably have different immune systems at different levels. So they just fucking like, dude, yeah, I think. That's the thing. These globalists that the minorities think are going to take care of them, I just totally want to wipe them out. You know, they want to wipe us all out. They're just pitting us against each other. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. Man against woman, black against white, and then fucking we all go nuts. Everything gets so chaotic and crazy. They let everything go crazy, and then we beg them for the solution, which is okay. You can have one child or no children, or whatever. You got to take, euthanasia. Abortions, forced abortions. These people are sick, and Jamie Deluxe exposed it, dude. I'm telling you, man. Check out his channel. Just check out his last couple videos, and tell me you're not blown away. I guarantee you'll be hooked on his shit. It's if you want truth, brother, and like, dude, he does it with style. And it's cool. He's a stoner, but like he's very serious. Like what he does is professional. But like he used to be like in a rock band, like a punk rock band. And
he didn't try to do that when he wandered off with but he didn't do serious stuff. He did more funny gonzo stuff. Like he followed the Rats biker gang. You ever heard of the Rats?
who followed him?
Here,
No, I'm saying
who? Fucking motherfucker! Hang on, doing something wrong, screwing something up. Fucking Kong. The fuck am I doing? Fucking up.
Hey, brother, I can relate to you on that. I do it all the time. For some reason, God didn't make me perfect. Oh well. I still try my best.
Oh. Well, anyways. I should show you the Emergenist first. That is pretty funny, though.
Yeah, freaking flip it, man. Dude, I switched to vaping, and Man, I'm telling you, I'm trying to quit smoking. I don't chain smoke, but I've always had like a few a day here and there. I never been a chain smoker though, but that's the thing. I've been smoking just a few a day here and there for like fucking many years now. I went to vaping and I quit for a month. But dude, I don't know, man. I didn't get the right kind. This fucking tobacco vape thing. I mean, do you vape tobacco at all or no? You smoke cigarettes?
Just weed.
Oh, good, smart guy. But cause dude, I don't deny it. Like I'm addicted to nicotine. I know what I mean. It's like, yeah, because it's nicotine. Okay, so who's this thing? Is that Gavin McGinnis?
McGinnis, if you're familiar with Gavin McGinnis, this was one of his attempts.
You call him Gavin McGinnis. It's McGinnis, okay.
Yeah, this was one of his things when he was
He's a
Here in Oakland, California, sunny Oakland, home of the most notorious, disgusting.
Huh?
I know him very well. I've never seen this before, but like he started the Proud Boys. He's got that show. He had that show that got kicked off of YouTube recently. But
Get Off My Lawn.
Get Off My Lawn. Yeah, yeah. I like some of his stuff. He started Vice magazine. He's funny. I don't agree with all of his views, but like, yeah, he's crazy. And well, it's like to me, he's kind of like he's a LARPer patriot. He's from Canada. He's like Constitution.
Well, he's interesting. His parents are Scottish, actually.
I know. Yeah, it's the thing. So his parents from Scotland. They came to Canada, and then he transplants to America. But he acts like he's like a red, white, and blue American. Like he was born and raised there. You know, he's like.
These Bay Rats don't know that.
Well, he
don't
moved.
get me wrong. He probably I don't trust celebrities, right? I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, when Canadians come here, it's like because there's a lot of money to be made on the, I'm a patriot fucking movement,
Well, we've taken a lot of fucking Canadians from Canada. We've taken all the best Canadians. They're best.
Dude, I got nothing against Canadians. They're really cool people. Don't get me wrong. I'm just talking about celebrity Canadians. Like, dude, that show Revenge of the Sis, they were talking about it. Like I said, I like Emmigans. I watch this show. I'm not Canadian. What I'm saying is like when you have like, to me, it's just like whenever I see anybody that's famous that's not born here talking about how it's supposed to be here, no matter what side they're on, I just think like, okay, like, do they really care that much about this place because they didn't grow up here? Like, why do they give a shit so much about it now?
Well, because the fate of their citizenship had to revolve around 16 questions they had to take every 3 months.
Yeah,
every grade school thing, and they have to get kicked out. And some of them when they integrate.
Somebody that's escaping genocide, like I would get where they would totally appreciate our Constitution, like people that escape communism and stuff like that. But Canada is like a beautiful. I'm just saying, it's a beautiful fucking country up there. I know, like I've never been up there, but I've seen enough of it. Like
not anymore. Not if you go to jail for turning down sex with a transsexual.
What? No, really.
Think about it. If you
transsexuals get to work.
Yes, they're going to. It's going to happen.
That will never work, dude. That's insane.
It
that
will.
Never work. No, I know they're trying to jail people for pronouns, but like, dude, you know what, man? Them Canadians, dude, dude, they can be badass.
Muslim OBGYN lady got sued for refusing service to a transsexual because it was considered discriminatory.
Okay, but like Trudeau, you're right. Canada's got crazy as shit going there, and you're right. Well, America ain't what it used to be either. Look at the shit we're pulling now. You know what I mean? It was unthinkable that we'd be censoring fucking people's voices. You know what I mean? We were the country where it's like, no, you can't do it. I don't think the founding fathers were like, hey, you know what? This Constitution thing, private corporations can do whatever the fuck they want, and they're completely exempt from any kind of fucking, like. Why would the founding fathers be like, listen, you have the inalienable rights from God, and the government can't do this and that, but the private corporations, they can fucking silence your speech and they can fucking take away your guns. No, they have to fucking obey the Constitution too. Fuck them. We all have to play by the same rules, or it ain't a fair game. That's it. and the Constitution is the rules. It's the highest law of the land. It's not rocket science. You know what I mean? So it's just it's insane. Okay, so what am I watching here?
This was one of the initiation races. They have these tricycles they make up, and they ride down this hill going fucking 80 miles an hour.
Dude, yeah, he is a nut, man. That's funny as fuck. Is this initiation of the Proud Boys or something?
No, the initiation of Rats, the East Bay Rats. It's a biker gang in Oakland, and they make junk motorcycles. That's what they ride because they ride fast. They're just a bunch of crazy asses.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Good for them.
So that's one of the initiations. And then they trashed this car over.
Dude, I had a thing. Dude, check this out, okay? When you get a second, I want you to look at something with me here on the screen when you get a second. After you're done.
You want to see Gavin get his ass beat in the end?
Yeah, I would say, but just don't let me forget that because it's important.
All right. Here it is. He gets his ass beat in the end.
Oh, they duke it out?
Yeah. Well, that's the final initiation. He has to box one of their guys.
I thought just the one was initiation. Do you have to take it or you fight back?
Three things. The first one was the downhill thing, and this was the final one.
Oh, but what are the rules here? Is it just a regular boxing match, or you gotta just get punched in the face?
It's a regular boxing match.
Okay. Oh, he's getting creamed. Oh, he got.
Yeah, that guy fucked him up.
Yeah, I can take one look at that guy. That guy looks like he's a professional boxer. Look at that fucking guy. That guy's built like a fucking.
Well, during the time, he's just a 19-year-old.
Doesn't matter, dude. Like Gavin McGinnis, you could tell he's not like a big muscular dude. That one dude was fucking. He was pumped, dude. And you could just tell the guy trained. The guy looks like a boxer, bro. Look at him. Gavin McGinnis, you can tell Gavin McGinnis is a Scottish guy. He's drinking a lot of beer. You know, he's working out. Don't get me wrong, but dude, I'm just saying the Asian guy. I mean, that guy's fucking jacked, dude. I don't care how old.
20 years ago.
Oh, he flattened him out. Did he knock him out there?
Yeah.
Cold?
Fucked him up.
Dude, anyways. You know, I've only been knocked out once in my entire life. And it was by my older brother, and shit, he had fucking 9 years on me. He punched me out against the door, and my ass slid down the door. And by the time my ass hit the ground, I came to, and I tried busting a flower pot over his head. But I was in Taekwondo, bro, and I fought in tournaments, and I never got knocked out. And we were allowed to kick to the head. I was real careful about, I was real good at blocking because I was like, no more, he's dropping me. I was even whacked in the back of the head with a 2x4 by a bunch of gangbangers in a fight, and fucking, it didn't knock me out. So I got a pretty what do they call that? I'd say an iron chin, whatever, a thick skull. Because
iron chin.
Somebody whacking you in the back of the head with a 2x4 as hard as they can and it not knocking you out. Don't get me wrong. I saw the lights flash. I saw the spark, but I didn't fucking like lose consciousness. I didn't drop. It should have knocked me out, dude. I think the fucker that did to me shit. He was amazed too. He's like, "Why is this fucker going down?"
The context of this video is Gavin was a judge at the end of this show. And these two guys were competing of which one was cooler. So
I like it.
So what happened is one guy faked out for an entire week about being a junkie and a drunk. So here's how it played out when Gavin finally came in. So keep in mind that one guy thought this guy was on a huge heroin binge.
Oh God, I can't wait.
Hey, I'm the cool judge. Make myself. There's been a problem.
Where did you come from?
New York City.
New York City. Okay, we have an issue here. Kenny is ill.
How you feeling, buddy?
Gavin is the judge of the cooler competition. I'm just explaining that there is no competition, that it's over.
I'm told you have a flu and I have to go.
Nope, I don't. Sit down. I faked the whole thing.
The whole thing?
What do you think? I'd be a fucking junkie? Are you retarded?
Bullshit. I saw you.
It's one of those fake movie needles where it was like $200. Fake. Presses your skin and shit.
Would you excuse me for just a minute? Okay.
What's going on?
I pretended I was a junkie.
What the fuck?
So that he would lose his cool in front of you.
I'm watching, so I didn't mute my mic because I'm going to take a week.
Seems like a lot of work.
I know.
Wait for it. Wait
And it's
for
not
it. It
necessarily
gets
uncool
better.
to lose your temper.
No,
Just because the word cool isn't losing your cool doesn't mean you're not cool if you get mad.
You want fucking cool?
You did all this work to make a guy be confused for 20 seconds.
That's what.
What the fuck are you doing? Are you a French Canadian biker?
Fucking hang out.
Okay. Okay, so I have to pretend this is you and then judge that guy?
It's who's cooler, right? Who's cooler?
Okay.
Yeah, just fucking.
Cool guy. So the Sugar Crisp Bear in hiking boots. And
The competition's starting. I'm allowed to be anybody I want to be, right?
who am I judging?
Me.
You or this
Cool
the
guy.
guy you're dressed up as? I'm gonna start judging this guy from scratch. Like I'll pretend I just appeared right now.
First of all, this fucking guy, apparently, and I don't even believe it, pretended he was a drug addict. And you know what I did? I took care of him, okay? Is that cool? Is that cool, taking care of your best
Depends
fucking
how
friend?
wasted
Is that
you are.
cool?
If he was just going on a bender, it's not cool because you look like a Florence Nightingale.
He was banging heroin up his fucking arm, okay? He was, you have no idea.
How could you become a junkie in 3 days? I mean, if you're,
No, it started a week ago. And I don't, what?
you look like an idiot right now.
Okay, you know what? Okay, so it sounds like, are you going to be able to judge this fairly? Are you going to be able to be impartial? Are you going to be able to be?
Let me tell you dressing up like that, that's a fail. Say you
Okay,
were,
so then I'll be myself.
say you were
There.
that guy.
Okay.
Say you were that guy.
Yeah.
That would be, I'd be like, who is this fucking
I'm a fucking
shit?
cool guy. Come on.
You're wearing a
Motorcycles,
woman's
like
blouse.
chicks.
You're
What?
wearing a woman's tie-dye blouse. What
This is
that?
not a woman's tie-dye blouse. It's a little small for me. I'm smoking Indonesian cigarettes. I'm not inhaling. I think that's cool. I gotta tell you something.
Look in the mirror. You look like a clown.
I look very good. I'll go fuck yourself, frankly.
That was like what a Russian would do. Like say we're in rural Kazakhstan or something in, you know, the far, far east. And someone said, look up cool on the internet and be cool. You have 10 minutes.
You know what? I think the coolest thing that's happened was that I was a fucking friend to him, whether it was real or not. That's fucking cool. And don't let anyone from some fucking rinky-dink magazine say any different, okay? I never even heard of the fucking magazine. Vice. What is it, fucking for cops who bust prostitutes?
I'll tell you what, so the only way he could have saved this is if he came down and we all laughed and he laughed with us and went, yeah, I don't know, my niece told me that this would work. If he had done that, I would have given it to him. You working your ass off actually worked because it made sure he had no sense of humor about his costume and he was steaming mad when we laughed at him. So I don't know why I even came down for this thing. The Spenny dressed like a Greek rapist comes down the stairs. It was the end of the competition. You could have emailed me a JPEG. Why did I fly down to Toronto for this? Kenny wins. Kenny's cooler. Doy.
Annie moons the camera.
Dude, that's fucking hilarious. That's
All right,
freaking
we
weird.
got a show.
Yeah, so do a quick search. Have you, unless you say it, have you ever heard, this is the craziest shit. I saw this on fucking Twitter today. I sent it to EVS, bro. I'm like, EVS, I know you're a busy guy, but I'm like, you have to fucking see this. Have you ever heard of Power Taser Ball?
Power taser ball. Is this
Yeah.
on YouTube?
This was on Twitter, but it's got to be. You can find it was like, you know what I mean. You could tell it, dude. Search for it. This is a sport where they fucking run around with a big giant ball and they have tasers and they tase each other to knock each other down. Just do a random search on the internet and you'll hit it. It's in the Wikipedia. It tells when it was invented. It's been around for a couple years, but you got to see the footage of it. Because it was like, you could tell what it was posted on Twitter was ripped off the net, right? It's got to be. So, yeah, just search for Power Taser Ball.
Ultimate
And
taser ball. Is
that
it
might
ultimate taser ball?
Well, what it might be. Yeah, probably. Try that one.
Yeah, because when I do power
Big
taser,
guys with stun guns running around with the big ball. Yeah. Dude, you got this video clip. You guys, these guys are running around the field. It's like a giant soccer ball. It's huge. It's like a beach ball. They fucking have stun guns up to like 3 amps or something. I don't know what enough to paralyze you. And they like it's like instead of tackling you, he tases you, and you try and tase him so he can't tase you. This is so insane. I want to get drunk at this thing.
Oh, so it's tied to a string.
See what the taser? He's trying to tase him. Look at that. He tased people, dude. There he goes. He got hit. See? Brother, drop him like that. Look at that. Boom. What the fuck? I love it. Only in America, brother. Anyway, so sports is gonna push the flag.
So it's kind of like flag football.
With fucking stun guns, dude.
You can't tackle anybody.
Dude, I've taken some hardcore shots in my day, just doing the shit I did, but I've never been tased. I don't ever want to be tased. I don't fucking like getting shocked by electricity, dude. I just because it's winter time now and it's dry, I get electric shock and the lights are like, I can't imagine what it's gonna be like to be tased, dude. Like I've never been zapped by anything but like a tiny, like hand buzzer type shit, but it freaks me out, man. I think we all have a natural inborn fear of electrocution, from the days we were like getting struck by lightning because we lived out in the fucking plains. But like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, just tasers fucking hurt, dude. It's not like just you go numb. It shit hurts. I had buddies, that were cops, and as a cop, you have to be tased so you can see what it feels like, right? And these cops are like, dude, that shit fucking hurt. Well, we've all seen cops and stuff like the show when they tase a criminal and the criminal's on the ground. They're like, stop resisting. The guy's just on the ground cooking. It's horrific, dude. And they're like, oh, look at it. It's non-lethal. Yeah, it's first off, like I've seen them kill old people. Dude, they kill people. Old people with bad hearts. You get stung on and they get dropped dead. But like, I just thought that was funny as fuck, man. I can't believe. I mean, is that not some crazy shit? Powered taser ball.
That's kind of.
That's like what's next? Flamethrowers? They're gonna run around with the ball and then they shoot flames at each other with the fucking flamethrowers.
They might as well chase each other with knives.
Yeah, sure. How about they just run with guns and just with a ball and they shoot each other with guns?
Well, you can put rubber bullets in.
Oh, dude. See, you just made us so rich, El Gargo, tonight. We've come up with prostitute tandem skydiving business. Very nice idea. And now rubber bullets. Let's just do rubber bullet basketball. I always like shooting hoops. We'll go with that one. So, like, you go do a layup, and then I just pull out and you shoot your rubber bullet. Your point guard, he's allowed to have a rifle, but rubber bullets. Can you put rubber bullets in a rifle? I mean, I always just picture them in a handgun.
Yeah, you can put rubber bullets in a rifle.
Dude, I always heard, fucking, you see in the movies, man, when they shoot them with fucking rock salt. I heard that shit hurts so fucking bad. I mean, dude, that's gotta hurt. Getting salt. You ever gotten salt in a wound? Boy, that shit fucking hurts, right? When you get rock salt, just to use salt as the bullet is so devious, man. And it's not lethal, so yeah, it doesn't kill you, but dude, you know how bad it's gotta hurt, and they gotta pick out each rock. That rock is just sitting in there dissolving, and that's gotta burn like a mother. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, fuck.
Well, there's those. Remember a Jackass? There's those beanbag ones that you can put as shotguns too.
Dude, Jackass was. I got into Jackass after it was kind of like over. You know what I mean? Like I got in there late. I was like, all right, I don't want to watch a bunch of dudes, play with each other's dicks, and then do a couple pranks in between. But then I started watching, more and more, and I realized they had some funny ass shit in there. But
Well, there
like
was the second
Mhm.
movie where they
Crazy.
get shot with a riot shotgun, a riot slug.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can't believe what those guys did themselves in that show. Those guys fucked their bodies up for. Dude, those guys don't have problems in there.
Well, Knoxville retired. Guy's fucking almost 50.
I know he was just in a really shitty horror movie I just saw on Netflix. I'd probably give it a chance, man. It's called We Summon the Darkness, and it could have been good, but because it's like it's about these chicks are driving to a heavy metal concert in the '80s, and there's a satanic serial killer around, and Johnny Knoxville is a preacher in there, like a scummy like televangelist, and I won't give away the plot, but basically the girls meet these guys at the rock concert, right? Like they're going to see like Metallica or some shit. I forget what the band was. And they, like, hey, let's go back and party at our house. And then I don't know. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for you in case you didn't check it out, but like I was like, okay, this could be good. And they just kind of dropped it. It was one of those movies like you give it like a C plus. You know what I mean? You wouldn't give it like a D, but it's like could have been at least a B plus. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Johnny Knoxville, like, yeah, you don't see him anymore because he's retired. But I do. I don't know, man. His acting is kind of it's iffy with me because sometimes he can be a good actor, some stuff. But like Dukes of Hazzard, it was ridiculous.
Yeah,
He was.
I missed out on Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, you didn't miss much, dude. You didn't miss nothing much, man. I used to love that show when I was a kid. Dukes of Hazzard was on when I was a kid, man. And like, I was very little, but like I said, I had a long memory. And like I love the song. It was Marlon Wayans just sang that song. He was an outlaw country. Like Johnny Cash and Marlon Wayans are like the rebels. You know what I mean? Like that's what they call outlaw, country music. Because like those guys, like fuck, fuck the system, fuck, I'm a Southern boy. I don't care, fuck them out. I'm gonna fucking drink my whiskey and smoke my cocaine. You know what I mean? It was like that type of attitude. Like it wasn't like I'm just like whatever. They were like I'm not a saint and I'm proud of it type of shit. Yeah, rebellious shit, rock and roll. So I love that. Just them good old boys. That type of shit. That song. I love the theme song too. And dude, now, man, it always comes back to this Algarve. Now they can't sell the General Lee, the fucking car, because it has a rebel flag painted on the hood. You know what I mean? They stopped selling the toys at Walmart. Dude, when I was a kid, I had that fucking car. I had the General Lee. I mean, I had that fucking car. It was badass, dude. It was a badass fucking toy. I had the action figures. I had Bo and Luke Duke. And now fucking, not that kids today would probably want that type of toy, but like fucking, because the show's, it's on reruns still. But like that show was cool. It was a fun show. Like they would just it was just car chases, and they'd always jump the car over a fucking river or onto a bridge, and they're always being chased by the fat sheriff with the cigar, and it was like harmless fun. You know what I mean? Like nobody even like got killed, and you had like just like these Barney Fife cops. It was a great show, man. But Johnny Knoxville, and when they made the movie, when they made it to the whatever, yeah, the Hollywood movie, when they cast him. Dude, yeah, he looked nothing like, that guy from the show. Nothing like him. He just came out to me as Johnny Knoxville in the movie. Not even like, he couldn't suspend my disbelief. I'm just saying it was like, I get that he wants to be an actor. Who wouldn't want to be a fucking, listen, if you're already famous on Jackass, you're just known as the guy who like sticks needles in his dick for shock value. So he, of course, if he gets an opportunity to be an established Hollywood actor, yeah, and it pays way more, right? They do. Jackass 3 made so much money. Dude, those kids are so fucking loaded. Of course they're retired because they're loaded. Jackass 3 was like dude, it opened up like #1 to get some huge blockbuster. Like it beat out some insane blockbuster when it came out. I forget what it was, but it was like crazy.
God, it came out after Inception, but it came out that year.
Yeah, it was insane. Like, yeah, it was like as a huge audience, and dude, the Jackass movies I like. They're funny as fuck. They're very funny. I like the movies probably
Oh,
better.
Paranormal Activity 2.
Dude, I tell you, I love all these things. I did not like any of the. I didn't like the Paranormal Activity movies except for the fourth one, the one called the Mark ones with the Latino one. That was cool.
That was technically 5.
Was that 5? Yeah, but that's the one I liked. All the other ones, they're just boring to me. The first one, when I saw it, I'm like, all right, it's good, but I didn't understand why people were in the previews. People were, like gasping, like they start showing people in theater screaming, like, oh.
When I saw it, I go, this movie sucks.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. It did suck. I just didn't feel like I was like, yeah, like, well, I thought it was okay, like in a sense, like I at least understand why some people like it. All right. Like I try to be very fair on movies. It's like, yeah, okay, but for me, it sucked. But like, it sucked to the where it's like, but I see why people liked it because it was at least something a bit different. It was a style that was a bit different. But what sucked is that everybody started copying it because it was a very cheap way to make a movie. So when you have a way to make a lot of money on a movie, and you use very little low budget, no special effects hardly at all, just a little bit here and there. Hollywood copies each other. Hollywood just keeps copying anyways, turning out the same shit. Whatever makes money, now let's order 10 more of those. But at least with the Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, I liked that one because it was cooler and it was creepier to me. I liked that you had people out to get you, not just the ghosts. You know what I mean? It was about like the satanic cult, and I liked the whole thing. Like it was. I liked the whole thing. It was 18 was when that's why he was done for at 18 because 6 times 3 is 18, right? And I just thought, oh, that's pretty clever writing. I like that, because like that's why it was important. They had to get him at 18 and not before or after. It had to be right then and there to sacrifice him or whatever, or turn him. Pretty creepy.
I knew it was one of the Paranormal Activities. It wasn't 2, it was 3.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I saw the first one. Yeah, I kind of didn't like it, but like I said, it wasn't like a movie. Like I've seen worse movies, I can tell you that. But
yeah.
Did you like the Insidious movies?
Nah.
Really, you didn't like Insidious?
Every time I looked at that monster, I just saw Darth Maul. I was fucking waiting for lightsabers to come out.
Oh my god, dude, that thing creeped me out. In the credits, it's called the Red Lipstick Face Demon. That thing creeped me out, dude. How about that song, "Tiptoe Through the Tulips"? Like that was a creepy song to play, dude. I mean, okay, take the demon out because you didn't see him till the end. They had a lot of creepy shit in there leading up to that. I just thought it was so cool because it was, dude. I had never thought about astral projection. Everything was always about ghosts, just ghosts. The fact that they switched it and it was the boy that was haunted was very genius. That was genius. I'd never, dude. There's nothing like that. It's always about possession, but like it's like he wasn't even possessed. He like that was just cool. It was like, well, no, that's not true. It was possessed. You're right, but the fact that it wasn't your typical possession story where, the demon just enters him. It was that he was astral projecting as a gift, so he wasn't playing with the Ouija boards, right? Typical setup.
I don't know because there may have been a movie out there because I just watched this movie called Believers with Martin Sheen. That's Charlie Sheen's dad, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
good movie, but it was fucking Dr. Sleep.
And I remember it came out in the 80s, and I love Martin Sheen, but it was a good movie. It wasn't great, but Dr. Sleep. The Shining movie sequel. I just saw that one, and I'm trying to think.
A cult killing children,
right? Yeah, I'm trying to think how much I like that one. Dude, Dr. Sleep. I think I saw a shitty copy of it, so like I couldn't. I had Wi-Fi problems. I had a Fire Stick. And it was, an Ahoy matey Fire Stick, if you know what I mean. And fucking, but so like when I was using the free shit on there, it was like, something was wrong with the Wi-Fi. Or it was a shitty copy, but like I couldn't finish watching because of that. Anyway, so what about it?
Believers?
Yeah.
Or Doctor
You're saying Dr. Sleep ripped off Believers? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, the cult, basically a cult.
Sure.
Cult was killing children to gain life force power to live longer.
You know what? I never thought about that. But, because the Believers, although you're right, it was a good movie, but it's that kind of movie sticks in your head like, wow. You're right. Yeah.
The black guy did have some kind of magical paranormal powers, and
Right.
he killed the children in some kind of sacrificial ritual that was very horrifying. And
right. Which they were doing back in pagan times.
One cop who got crazy because he saw everything happen and he just was fucking scarred. In Dr. Sleep, we see that fucking baseball kid literally get tortured.
Yeah, I saw Dr. Sleep. That's what pissed me off. I saw all of it until the very end scene at the hotel. I can't even tell you how it ended, man. You know what I mean? Like when he finally goes to the hotel to have the final showdown or whatever at the hotel. That's when the things started crap out me. I was like, oh fuck. And I watched so many movies, dude. I just never got back. I gotta rewatch it. It's a long ass movie too, isn't it? Dr. Sleep is a long ass movie, right?
I mean, all movies are long, but to me, I wasn't feeling Dr. Sleep. I mean, it was just, I don't know. I think Believers was a better movie to me.
Yeah, Dr. Sleep was not the type. It was nothing like the dude. Listen, you can't make a sequel to The Shining and have it be any good because The Shining was just too. You can't do a Kubrick sequel unless it was Kubrick himself doing it, which he would never do a sequel to that. Kubrick didn't ever do any sequels. You know that? I don't think he ever did he?
No, and the other problem I had with it is from being it was supposed to be a sequel to The Shining, the Kubrick Shining. It felt like a superhero movie, and then you had this cast of people that randomly come out of nowhere, where it's like, oh, there's another group, and they killed children. Well, why wasn't I aware with this? That's what I felt. If you've seen the Glass movie, the fucking Unbreakable.
I saw that one, yeah.
Yeah, in the end, it felt like M. Night Shyamalan was like, fuck you, I'm going to kill them all. Just because, fuck you, I don't want to make this. I never did.
I don't remember how Glass ended.
Everybody gets killed by a secret group that kills superpowered people. So
Bruce Willis dies at the end? All of them die?
He gets killed by being drowned in a fucking pond. No, not a pond, a fucking puddle.
Dude, man.
It pissed me off. He was like, that you see him drowning and Sarah Paulson's reaching her hand out. That's twist.
How did they kill Glass?
Him saying that he was crazy. Like, it didn't make any sense. He had this super strength this whole entire time. And he's literally letting himself get locked up and these people gaslighting him over everything that happened.
Dude, I check out again. Okay, here's the thing. I remember because it was weird. Because you had Unbreakable. I loved Unbreakable. Unbreakable was a great fucking movie. I thought. Okay, and then
once again, that there was never a situation, never a hint that he was being hunted or people were watching him.
No, dude, Glass was shitty. I mean, but from the preview, I thought it was gonna be so awesome. You know what I mean? It looked awesome. What was cool is I liked Unbreakable. I like Signs. I like Sixth Sense. I really like Shyamalan was great, right? He was great. I thought so. And then he made The Village, and I still like The Village. I mean, I would prefer a different ending, but it was still I didn't see it coming. I didn't see that coming, so that was good. But then after that, he just made it. He made all that shit. And he made After Earth, that horrible Will Smith movie, man. He directed that piece of shit. And Avatar,
Lady in the Water was before Earth 2.
That's right. That was his first bomb.
Another wacky one.
Yeah, that was his first bomb, but The Village was the first time because he had 3 hits in a row. Sixth Sense, of course, put him on the map. Then next movie was Signs of Mel Gibson, and that was a huge hit. And then I'm wrong. It was the first one was Sixth Sense, huge, put him on the map. Then Unbreakable, huge, right? Good movie. And then the third one was Signs of Mel Gibson. And I love that movie. I saw Signs in the theater and I was freaked out, man. That was cool as fuck. It might seem dated now, but when I saw it back then, I didn't see that shit coming. I didn't think the aliens are going to show up because that's the thing. But like, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a fake out, like where you think it's aliens, but it's not. And then I love that it really was, because that was cool. Because I was like, all right, this is what he's gonna do. Like he feels like he has to shock us, but it was still shocking. It was cool, but there were serious lapses in the fucking story. There was huge plot holes. And it's like, dude, aliens come here to take our planet, but water takes them out. Like our planet is made up of like fucking how much percent water? Like what I mean, like 75% water, and yet it's like deadly to them, but to the touch. It rains all the time, but they're gonna come here to kill us because they want to live here. I mean, don't you think that's kind of a problem as a plot hole?
Maybe they needed water for energy. Who knew?
Well, they were pretty sloppy about it because that's how he beat the alien. He threw glasses of water on him.
Yeah.
They weren't wearing suits to maybe like not get rained on. Like what if we started raining?
They weren't that smart.
It was just tap water. Yeah, except for the fucking alien spaceships and the cloaking devices.
Yeah, that was kind of like Lady in the Water too. You had this lady in the water, and the pool had this magical portal, and then out of nowhere, everything came. I don't know. Everything came out at a convenient time.
Yeah, dude. I only saw Lady in the Water recently because it was so hated for so long, and I was like, you know what? It came on one night, unexpectedly. I'm like, I'll just watch it to see why people hate it so much. And I didn't have the hatred for what other people did, but that's because I wasn't expecting much. I didn't think it was a good movie, and it was a bit pretentious, but it was like I liked it. I was like, he's trying to do something special, magical here. I get whatever. But I thought the dumb thing was the fucking the grass wolf thing, the monster. It looked dumb. They looked like grassy, and it was like bad CGI. You look at that CGI now, that fucking thing looks retarded. It's like fuck that, man. But dude, okay, movies. I got 2 unicorns for you, brother. And when I say unicorns, like they don't fucking exist. And I found one. Like just that means like if I give a rating, like 4 stars is like the best, right? Like the unicorn, like this movie is great, bro. Like this is a rare find. So there's a movie on Netflix called Mindhorn. Have you ever heard of this movie?
Nope.
Okay, it's a comedy. There was a show on Adult Swim called The Mighty Boosh. Have you ever seen that show? Remember that show? Okay, dude, it is fucking hilarious. It was like from like the BBC, but it was Adult Swim. It was so weird. It was these 2 guys, Julian Barrett, Noel Gallagher, I think his name was. And Mindhorn is there's one of the guys from that show, The Mighty Boosh, and it's fucking hilarious. It's like he's this really ham-handed fucking actor. He had a TV show in the 80s called Mindhorn, where like they put a cybernetic eye on his like he was captured by Siberian communists or something, and they experimented on him, and they gave him like an eye that could see the truth. So he had like an eye patch, and it's all about he's this stuck up actor with the hit show. He's like he's got the babe, and he's got the stuntman that like wants his woman, and he's like he's real snobby, but it's funny because you see him be like trying to be real serious, and it's Kenneth Branagh is in it, Steve Coogan's in it. But anyways, obviously like the show, like, eventually he leaves the show to go to Hollywood, become huge, and then he fucking falls flat and becomes like a big loser actor. He's doing like ads for Thromby socks. Like he's doing ads for like, like laxatives. And he like was this big star, and he falls apart. At any rate, there's like this murder, this crazy guy on the Isle of Wight in England, where he filmed the show Mindhorn, and he's like, I want Mindhorn to like there's a murder, I murdered somebody, unless Mindhorn has to come here, and they're like, okay, it's a crazy guy, he doesn't know that it's just a TV show, Mindhorn is real. So this actor who's like, totally washed up, they like, okay, we need you for a gig. And he hated the show anyways, he claimed. So he comes back, and it's just, dude, it's a British comedy. You know what I mean? It's like, Monty Python Holy Grail type of humor, right? But better. I can't even say it. I mean, do you like English comedy at all? I don't know.
Some of it.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. If you watch Mindhorn, I fucking guarantee you'll laugh your fucking ass off. You will laugh your fucking ass off. Even if you're not English humor, it's just so fucking funny. But it's because of the guy from the Mighty Boosh show. I mean, you know, listen, they had a hit show on Adult Swim, so you know, a hit show on Adult Swim. You know that fucking it wasn't even like they didn't make, you know, they didn't make a bunch of repeat seasons because it was a good show, and they're funny. They're just very talented duo, but it's just funny because it's just kind of like it makes fun of those cheesy like fucking like shows, you know, from that era. And it's just funny about the washed up actor, and now he's got to work a real case, and he's got to like replay the role that, you know, he wants to forget about because he feels it ruined his life. I don't know. It's like, you know, I don't want to give away a lot of the jokes in there, but they're just, trust me, it's on Netflix. But you know, I actually refuse to watch Netflix because there's disgusting now with that shit with the cuties. So anything from that Netflix, I just patch through alternate sources, if you know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna give them a fucking dime.
Hey, I don't mean to cut you short. I've been up all night. It's been a 4-hour stream so far.
Dude, no, I'm glad you did, bro. Time always flies when I'm hanging with you, brother. And please do. Yeah, I was about to go have a cigarette anyways outside, and then crash.
Email work last time I tried sending you an email.
Dude, you know, I have to check. I almost never check my fucking email. But I will check.
Yeah, I just sent a test email to you with a stupid video just to see if if you got those, so I could send you the links directly, but I didn't get a response from you, so
dude, you know, I always put my email notifications on my phone, but no, dude, I would have responded absolutely if I saw it. But I could just get me my number, dude, because you can text me anything too. You know what I mean? You can text me videos on my thing. I got a Samsung Galaxy S9, so I got a pretty cool phone.
Yeah. Damn, that's a nice phone. Doesn't crack.
And dude, I'm very careful with it so I don't drop it. But yeah, no, it's a great phone. It's a fucking great phone, man. It's nice. You know, I appreciate it very much. It's one of my prized possessions. I do everything to it, really. It's pretty cool. I do all my Twitter through it. I do all my YouTubing through it. And I text all the crazies on Tinder through it. So okay, brother, listen.
You want to plug in the end of the stream? I got to set up to get this link for Edwin.
Do I want to what? Do I want to plug anything?
You got any closing statements?
Make love, not war. No, but just, you know, hey, yeah, I'm gonna check your email. No, and I get you my phone number, bro. Just we can send me a text if you're not on Twitter, man. Yeah, I want to be able to, you know, you gotta get a hold of me anytime because I don't really like to check my email. I get a lot of junk fucking email. I got a lot of junk email right now. But yeah, brother, it's so great talking to you, dude. I really enjoyed you having me on. Always a pleasure, my friend. I hope you and your loved one there are doing well, and just, you know, keep on keeping on, brother. Don't let all this shit get you down, brother. We'll get through this shit.
Definitely. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, go to close out. Here's a link for Edwin the Ace's project, The Ace, Space Epic. I got a totally armored Mexican guy, pretty much badass, fucking chopping people up, fucking people up. Art done by the Basque legend himself, the Latin lover, Ibai Canales. And got this beautiful trailer we're going to close out with.
Nice.
It would help if I have the volume up louder.
When a young man in search of purpose stumbles across a shooting star, his life is altered forever. the alien remnant transforms him into the Ace, a super-powered armored being with wondrous capabilities. The Ace is a throwback to early 90s Marvel comics like Darkhawk, Sleepwalker, and Death's Head 2. This is the story of an average Joe thrown into alien and extraordinary circumstances. As he struggles to get a grip on his newfound abilities, bounty hunters from outer space come to collect his prize. The Ace is bringing the fun, weird, and fantastic back to comics. Don't miss out. Learn the origins of the latest sci-fi legend. The Ace.
Throwing